Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly historian today, because today we are going to be playing, for the first time, a new-to-the-channel game. This is Richard Iorio's Flames of Freedom, powered by Zweihander RPG. This is billed as an American Gothic Horror RPG. That you can dial up and dial down the level of action that you want for it. You can make it a kind of Brotherhood of the Wolf action, kind of horror thing, or you can make it a gritty, Call of Cthulhu meets, John Adams kind of thing. So this is our first time getting this game to the channel, so I am inevitably going to be screwing up some rules here. I would ask that you kindly forgive any mistakes that I make as we go along here. But yeah, let me introduce you to the revolutionaries who will be joining me today. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing today? First up, we've got Darren.
Yeah, Darren here. I'm playing Maurice Fortier, who's a tracker as a profession.
So technically, because he is Métis, he is a coureur de bois.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you said that.
This is the Canadian content for the session. Next up is Ingolf.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ingolf. I'm playing Patience McFadden, who is a Scottish warrior, and she joined the revolution, it seems like. Nice.
And last but certainly not least is George.
Hey, I'm George. I'm playing Abner Templeton, who is technically British, but he is in reality a rebel, and he is a mage.
Nice. So, let's see here. We talked a little bit before we went live about just some of the generalities of the game. Before we talk about the setting, let's get some mechanical stuff out of the way. What I'd like you guys to each do is kindly go on your character sheet. And then if you could go to where the Chaos dice is, I think it's called or Fury dice. I believe it's halfway down. If you can select two of them and then go ahead and click roll. If you just click on the dice, I believe that should roll for you. There you go. Order prevails for Maurice.
It is Chaos dice.
Oh, it is called Chaos dice in this, yeah. I think they're called Fury dice in the game. So it's a bit of nomenclature they haven't fixed.
Yeah, I'm seeing Chaos dice.
Yeah, it's just roll Chaos dice. Same thing.
How many are we rolling? Sorry,
two, please.
Yeah. There you go.
Nice. All right, so what we're rolling is to determine the number of coins. Now, rules is written for those listening at home. You only roll one dice as you go. I wanted to roll more dice for one, so the guys would have more narrative metacurrency to play with, and also to potentially show off a little mechanic. So Chaos dice is something you roll for different times in the game to trigger different things. Basically, it's a d6. If you roll a 6, something either very good or very bad happens. In this case, what it means is that of the available 6 extra coins that we'll be tossing into the fortune pool, 2 of those are going to be going to me. So I'll set the... Here we go. We got 3 of those, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4 of you guys. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to set the initiative ladder. If you could click on your token, then go to the combat tab of your character sheet and click on initiative. We'll set that as well. And I realize because we're playing on Roll20, it's actually going to change as soon as we go from one page to the other, but that's okay. We'll sort it out. Initiative is in the right column a little ways down. There you go. Ooh, patience. Okay. That's a lot of ones, guys. Oh, and Maurice, I think you forgot to click on your token. That's okay. I can add you in here.
Yeah, sorry.
That is okay. Who has a higher agility bonus? It's an AB. Patience or Abner? Pretty sure it's Patience.
I'm gonna guess that's correct.
So it'd be under your stat. There's also a something B.
The 7. PB is 7.
No, AB.
AB is there is AB. Under movement. That is
no
AB.
Under if on the first tab, on the main tab, underneath agility, there will be an A. There's agility, and then there's AB.
Yes.
AB, yeah. Mine
5
is a 4.
Okay, so patience, you are faster. All right, guys. So Our story will open in the year 1776. This is... Now, let me go to the little Boston thing. There's a neat breakdown of... for the adventure that is... Oh, I guess what I will say for those listening at home, we're playing Act 1 of the Boston Besieged adventure out of the core rulebook, so if you are intending on playing in that, this will contain some spoilers. But there is a great little like miniature Boston Gazetteer in here, which is cool because it's actually colonial Boston, not modern-day Boston, which means that like Boston is effectively kind of like on a tiny little island isthmus kind of thing. There's a map in here of it. Let me give you a handout. The Boston map here, guys. Oop, get rid of that. Now, your heroes, while I'm getting this ready, what I think has been... you are all members of the Rebellion right now. Boston map. What I think, and I'll take any direction from you guys, here is the map of Boston, guys. Patience and Maurice, for whatever reason that you found yourself in Boston eventually. I think, Maurice, you likely were coeur d'Ivoire up in Canada, or in what will become Canada. And when the British, after the 7 Years' War, when the British basically took all the French possessions there, you came south to seek your fortunes, and you fell in with this Scottish woman who... she's Scottish... Spanish? Is that what I said? Or she's Scottish? Full-on Scottish.
Scottish, yeah.
There's an NPC I was reading in another adventure. You guys fell in together, and then what you found is that there was between your, sneakiness and whatnot, and Patience's, skill or ability to sort of navigate the waters, you found a pretty lucrative way of earning some income as a smuggler. The years leading up between the imposition of, I think it's the Stamp Act, and then the actual Boston Tea Party, it was a boom time for smugglers who were trying to get things in to avoid the taxes imposed by the British. What that also meant is that you ended up with some fairly close connections with some of the smuggling captains who ended up falling in with the Sons of Liberty, the revolutionaries who would lead, or at least play a significant role in the American Revolution, or will. One thing I should say as well is that while this game is historical in the sense that it's inspired by it, it is not historic. So we are going to go way the fuck off script from regular history. The monsters that you will inevitably encounter will obviously, give a tweak to that. But one of the things they suggest is make a decision whether you're going to stick to history as written or leave it unknown. And I think it's more interesting to leave it as unknown. This game will never be concerned what's happening in 2022. So we just need to see whatever's happening in this story, and if it becomes an alt history thing, we're already in alt history because there's magic and monsters and whatever. So I think that's one thing we can just assume is that everything that we're encountering in this, none of it is reflective of historical reality necessarily. It is the 90s Fox TV version of a historical drama. So Briscoe County Jr. or something in that vein, or that's the level of fidelity to history we're shooting for.
Yeah, right.
Abner, so while you were British, you are British, and you... one of the things that I think is different is I don't think that you are from any kind of aristocracy. I think you are moneyed by way of, or at least your family was moneyed by way of trade as opposed to by birth. That might explain why you're not a part of... There are several secret societies that play a big role in the background of this. The Freemasons are one of them. The Knights Templar are another one. The Rosicrucians are another one. The Invisible College, the Royal Society. There's lots of intrigue going on. Abner, I think yours is more of a an apprenticeship or a friendship that developed into you learning some of these magic and secrets and whatnot. You're well educated and whatnot, but it seems and you tell me if I got this wrong, but if you are part of the rebel movement and the Sons of Liberty, you are likely going to be part of your sympathies lie with your new homeland as opposed to the mother country.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true, and especially being involved in trade, that's a big issue that's dividing us from those who brought us here in the first place.
The which, sorry, the trade?
The trade is definitely a big
yeah.
issue going on at the moment, so I think that's sort of caused the split for me to really side with the rebels.
Yeah, and that's especially if there was any at the time. Boston is one of the biggest and most important harbors in North America, and to suddenly start choking it. Recently, Governor Gage shut down trade altogether. So not only after several years of choking the trade, coming in with onerous taxes, they also briefly after the Boston Tea Party. They brought a bunch of it's called the powder emergency, I think, or where is it here? There's a good helpful breakdown. If I sound like I know what I'm talking about in any degree, it's because of the game.
No, but
they get some
everybody
really
here,
handy.
I'm the one person who should know any of these things, and I don't know any of them.
So here's the most important things that have happened, just to get you guys in a mindset for why things are the way they are. In Boston Tea Party is 1773, and the Boston Tea Party comes 3 years after what's called the Boston Massacre. Boston Massacre is the event where I don't want to get the name wrong here. Atticus Crispus. No,
I think that's right.
Is it
something like that?
First person killed in the American Revolution, who was a mixed race of a black father, I think, or black parent and a First Nations parent. So, first person who died, who became a rallying cry for this. It's a historically contentious event where basically that's important for the purpose of you guys, a bunch of redcoats fired into a crowd of people who were seemingly throwing snowballs and taunting them. They were then exonerated and then sent back to Great Britain. After the years of further taxes, 1773 is when some ships came in. The locals refused to let them unload the tea, and they ended up throwing the tea into the harbor. 300 in an equivalent modern day American dollars is about a little over $1 million worth of tea tossed into the harbor, like 92,000 pounds. The Massachusetts Safety Committee is founded in 1774 under. Forces under the Loyalist Gage set out to capture rebel stores. They sort of see what's coming. The most important stuff, there's a battle of Lexington and Concord where British forces are sent out to capture rebel militias, and then more and more people keep showing up for the militia. And what at first starts as a punitive expedition out to Lexington, it becomes this fucking panicked retreat under fire back to Boston. At the time our story starts, Boston is effectively under, not only is it under British control, many British officials have evacuated out to a place called Castle Island. That's off the coast. There's the first fort in the Boston or the Massachusetts community. Colony is set there, so many of the British officials are there. There's a very tense, kind of almost Cold War era Berlin, kind of feel where people can't be trusted. And while there are redcoats here, they know that the hills are full of them. And in this winter, there was talk of Washington and his army, which last year became first known as the Continental Army as opposed to the rebel militia or the Continental Militia. So there's an army that may be coming. The British are extremely paranoid about this. And you find yourself in Boston. The year is 1776. The month is February. The day is the 15th. And where our heroes will be going, let me transition here. I'm pretty sure we lost our initiative ladder.
Oh, yeah.
8, 8, 10. Okay, I can do this. Turn, add turn, add turn. All right. So I think Reese had 10, Patience had 8. and Abner heading. All right, guys. So this is where our story opens. You guys are down here. Let me get my map. Okay. You find yourself heading into... Oh, you know what? Why don't you each give us a... Or actually, hold on. We've got to why Patience and Maurice may be involved. Let's all roll a percentile roll, please. There's another neat thing in here that you can see. All right, so Abner's on 95. Patience. One of the things I like, the adventure, this one, and then the mega adventure they've published thus far, they all have a way of like providing a story hook based on your character's archetype, which is kind of cool. I mean, D&D does something similar, I think, for a lot of their adventures as well, but I think it's a good idea. Abner, here's the suggestion for you. You were mistaken for a heretic and put on trial, and a key piece of evidence in your defense was a letter from someone named Mary Pullman. Mary Pullman is a young woman, child of, I think it is Morris Pullman, who is part of the Sons of Liberty. And let me show you a picture of, I think I got a handout for Mary Pullman signed up here. What did the letter say? And why would a wealthy rebel want to free you?
I think the reason he'd want to free me is that they have put a lot of resources into training me to be a mage to be a mage to help fight the British.
Okay.
So it would be so it wasn't personal about like, oh, I like this guy. It was like we put a lot of resources into this person. He is like a weapon.
Okay.
So we need to get him out of there. But I think I had a close relationship with Mary.
To give you some context, so here's what you know about Mary. Though by all appearances she's an ordinary young woman, she is far from typical. Raised by her father, Morris Pullman, her upbringing was unconventional. She grew up with access to books and education, and raised to be extraordinarily cunning and business savvy. She has inherited her father's stubbornness as well as his temper. Her immediate desire is blah 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 blah. So strong-willed, rebel-allied daughter. She's the one who wrote the letter that saved your life.
So I think that I'm also a scholar, and I think we probably crossed paths.
Were you maybe a tutor
reading
for
over
her?
Ancient texts? I am a preceptor, so perhaps I was. I was a tutor for her when she was younger, and we developed a bond over time. And I think she saw some potential in me to aid in the fight that she knew her father was involved in.
Okay.
And she kind of became the third part of the triangle, putting the three of us together.
Okay, great. Maurice, your role is 63. You're Frontier, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, 63. The name Crispus Attucks. There we go, I got the name wrong. Crispus Attucks. I'm Canadian, for those who may not know, so that's why that name isn't familiar to me. The name Crispus Attucks will...
I got it wrong and I'm an American, you know.
The name Crispus Attucks will never be forgotten. You know the name as a multicultural figure of Black and Indigenous descent in Boston, who you met once as a fellow... as a fellow laborer. You knew he'd made his way to Boston, and you find yourself there years later seeking him out, only to discover that he was killed. Killed, in fact, by the Redcoats. There has to be something you can do here to protect people like him, but what? How does that sound? Does that fit with your conception?
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Of Maurice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Patience, you're a warrior. You rolled a 36. In your dreams, you saw a bleeding Liberty pole with a strange mask hanging from the branches. What do you think it means? Is it a sign to join the rebels, or that their blood is about to be spilled for loyalist allies?
No, it's obviously a sign that there is more blood to be spilled. Even I mean, let's start here in the colonies, and then get rid of the Queen in Scotland as well, or the King, whatever.
All right. Then, so that fits with your conception of patience?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so what you guys find is your story starts. Oh, guys, are you lucky? Even though this game was published in 2021, it has kept one proud tradition for some of my favorite RPGs, and that is block text. So, your story starts in Boston. Supplies are low, conditions are bad, and tensions are high. The summer smallpox outbreak has given way to winter. Boston is bracing for more problems, and the British are deeply entrenched. Although most rebels have fled, the Redcoats are not above handing out brutal summary justice to anyone they suspect of having rebel leanings, or to anyone else who crosses them. Although you are surrounded by the terrified townsfolk and brutal Redcoats, your sympathies lie with the rebels, and who have gathered from all over the 13 colonies in response to the actions at Lexington and Concord. You have quickly learned to keep these views to yourself and to present a smiling face to the Redcoats and Loyalist spies. A rebel sympathizer named Henry Jones has a need for assistance and is willing to pay as well. The news is short on particulars, but you're 100% assured that Jones is a good patriot and that this is not another of the innumerable traps set by Loyalist agents. Tonight, you find yourself at a tavern called the Sign of the Mermaid. You're to ask for Philip the Short. So, what you can picture is that you're making your way down towards one of the, I think it's the wharfs on the eastern side of Boston. There we go. And I can show you on the map. It is, way up here. Right behind, oops, let me move this. Right near the North Battery. So way up around here is where you guys are heading.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're making your way through the streets towards the this tavern favored by sailors and members of the Navy, what do we see? What do we see for your characters? You can assume you all know one another from beforehand. You're all coming together to meet up with the Philip the Short.
And at what time did you say it was?
February 15, 1776. So it is
at what time of day? What time
evening.
of day? Sorry.
Evening.
Okay. So it's freezing.
All the best secret meetings occur in the evening.
Well, as they should, because then we have good reason to keep our collars pulled up around our faces to kind of mask our experience, but just look like we're trying to stop from freezing to death.
Okay.
I think I would probably be in the rear, and one of the two of you be more in front. Since I'm not, my eyesight's starting to go. I mean, I'm 45. I'm like ancient in this time period.
I think Patient would actually lead the pack, but I think she has, maybe her hair is in a cap or something, and she does not look too female at first sight.
Okay.
More hiding her gender, so that people just see some rather bulky human being who looks like being able to fight. And
so as you're approaching, if you guys would like, we can get some dice roll in here with an awareness check. It's one of the skills under your perception, and if someone thinks they are better at it than someone else, you can have people assist, which would adjust if you have the skill, if you're trained in the skill, and you, I think it's appropriate. What it does is it'll increase the level of difficulty in your favor by 1.
so I think I'm just in the middle, so I'm neither good nor bad.
Okay. Who's trained in awareness?
I was actually going to ask, how do you know if you're actually trained?
It should say plus 10%. So you'll see if you scroll down your skills. Yeah, some of the ones will have plus 10. I think it's apprentice or something like that.
So
apprentice plus 10.
The best. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, sorry, Maurice is the best?
I think so.
Okay. So, and Patience, are you trained or not?
No.
Okay, so Maurice, why don't you go ahead and give us and you can add this one. Actually, it'll be a standard, so it'll be no modifier. But I'll tell you how we read this dice roll afterwards, because there's another thing I like about the mechanics of this game.
So standard difficulty.
Standard difficulty, yeah.
Yep.
Oh. So, would you like to spend a coin to re-roll that? It's not a critical fail.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to a secret meeting, so he wants to be on the ball.
Yeah, okay. So if someone who wants to be in charge of the coins?
I can do it.
Okay.
So ours are yellow.
Yours are yellow. So yeah, just flip it over to the other.
Turn it down to a 3.
Go ahead, Maurice. If he's going to fail, he's going to really fail. All right, so unfortunately, it's you do have to take the second roll. So as far as you can tell, Maurice, there's no one in there. So, or there's nothing untoward about this. So then, with Patience leading, disguise her gender or her sex. Maurice, I guess, next, and then followed by Abner. You guys make your way down into the Sign of the Maiden. Let me show you what that is. I should really stop getting you guys to roll initiative, because it doesn't follow from one page to the next. So here we are. Get rid of these. Boom, boom, boom. You know what? Fuck it. We're going to have you guys roll initiative. Why don't you each click on your, now that you've learned it, each click on your token and go ahead and roll initiative again. Let's see if you can get, there was a lot of ones in that first round. Let's see if you can improve your standing. There you go.
That's better.
15. There we go.
No.
Oh. Okay. All right. So what you guys can see is as you open up, there's a crowded, dark tavern filled with out-of-work porters, sailors, and carpenters. They all look like they're looking for trouble, frustration readable on their faces. There's a stink of old ale, perspiration, and fleeting salt and fish on the air. You can hear guarded whispers of discontent from people leaning in, maligning or lamenting their circumstances. And that is all. Now, Abner, because I think you are a mage, I believe you can use Second Sight automatically if you want to see if there's anything magical about this place.
I do have a sixth sense, so I think I'm always sort of like have this awareness kind of going on, but I'm going to specifically try to use it here because this seems odd to me.
Okay.
And I'm just looking through how do I actually like a scrutinized test, it looks like.
I think, so two things. One, you see the little like comic book speech bubble? If you click on that, it'll display it in chat.
Put it in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah, successful scrutinized test, you can detect the presence of supernatural. Awesome.
Okay, so great. So let me go back to my...
And this will be a, let's set this at routine. So I think it's plus
routine,
10.
Okay. Alrighty, scrutinize, and in case it matters, I am an apprentice with a plus 10 here.
Yeah, that'll just add plus 10 here.
I'm sorry, and what was you wanted to, what you said the difficulty?
Routine, please.
Routine?
Routine plus 10.
Okay.
Critical success. Okay, and we know it's critical because it's double. So, what does it look like as you shift your senses into this ghostly world?
Well, I think just prior to that, one of my quirks is I'm overly skeptical. So immediately when Maurice kind of indicates to us, even if it's like nonverbal, that there's nobody here, something goes off over my whole body, kind of tingling to let me know like that can't be possibly true. So I think I then kind of scan the area, and my eyes kind of they close for a brief moment, and when they open again, they're kind of like pearlescent, like kind of gray pearlescent.
Yep.
As I look around, not looking at the real world, I'm looking at the ghostly world.
Okay.
And I'm seeing like almost like the upside down of Boston in this moment. Like it looks weird and crazy, but it's the same building.
So for here, there is no air of magic in this place. It's almost uncomfortably pedestrian. So does not appear to be any agents. I don't think you've encountered them as of yet, but you certainly have heard rumors that there are occultists in service to the crown, particularly the Royal Society and the Freemasons.
Very interesting.
None in here.
And this is one of the things I really like about the game so far is that under my overly skeptical quirk, it says when my assumptions are proven false, I'm shaken to my very core. So like this weirds me out that there's no like I'm like expecting to find them like, and I'm sort of like I'm kind of like reeling a tiny bit. I don't let my companions know that right at the moment.
So that's great role playing. Why don't you put down 1 conflict for that? That sounds like okay. So then the map of this is from this adventure actually right over here. You guys have come in the front door. Where do you guys wish to go?
I think we should just steer for the next free table, if there's such a thing.
There is, yeah.
Yeah, and just sit down and look around a little bit carefully, not that there are any redcoats somewhere hidden.
Okay. As far as you can tell, there's no obvious... One of the things about the redcoats is... obviously, it's a military that fights all across the world. They take pride in you being able to spot them anywhere. There's a reason they don't wear camouflage and whatnot.
No, not literally redcoats, more like red.
Oh, spies, I see.
Yes.
Okay. So what you can hear, I mean, there are some mutterings that are going on in here too. There does not appear to be a waitress. There is a publican waiting behind the bar who is serving the patrons going off, and it may perhaps be the surliest bartender that you have seen. I think dealing with sailors and stevedores and whatnot on a regular basis, it requires a very specific type of personality. There is a set of stairs that seems to lead upstairs as well. But with the 3 of you sitting down, what do you guys wish to do?
Can we see any sort of rebel sympathizer types? Someone we might know already.
I think that you, with your awareness, we're going to roll that forward. You have not seen anyone thus far.
I might take my hood down so I can actually see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should just for pretending we're here to drink, just order some drinks and maybe get fond of that a little bit, and then look for a rather short person, if I'm correct.
Okay.
He was called Philip the Short, not Philip Short. Yes.
You were to ask for Philip the Short.
Yes. So
okay.
It might be a short person.
Patience, why don't you give us an awareness check? And I don't think awareness is a special. It's a common skill. So you don't need to flip to fail. You just roll whatever your. If you click on the awareness skill, it'll roll the base whatchamacallit thing. Because look at that. So I mean, there doesn't appear to be anyone overly short in here. No one you recognize as a as an agent necessarily.
I think Maurice, the bartender needs your special charms to ask for Philip.
I think he's got to be the best bet.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to the bar and get some drinks whilst I'm there. Speak to him.
Okay. So he, you walk over and he says, "What do you have?"
3 ales or whatever the local brew is.
Okay.
The common drink. And as he turns to sort of get the drinks or grab the glasses, I'm gonna just sort of casually say, "Is Philip Short in tonight?"
And as you say that, you see he sort of stops for a second and then continues pouring his drink. He finishes pouring all 3, turns around to you, sets them down, And he kind of studies you with a hard look. He leans in and says, "What's on the roof of Faneuil Hall?" You know, Faneuil Hall is a pretty famous building in Boston, particularly famous for being the place, I believe, where the Sons of Liberty met. There's a place called the Green Dragon Inn where they met before. Faneuil Hall is where some formal things were drawn up. What you can do, Maurice, you're not from here. You can give us a folklore check at plus 10. And folklore is a common skill in this game, so you don't flip to fail. Folklore, I believe, is under intelligence. And you'll get routine, so plus 10.
So, she trained in that. Okay.
All right, nice.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you want to spend a coin to reroll?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, this is, again, pretty important.
Okay.
I mean, you're French. You can always say you could not understand it.
Yeah. Je ne comprends pas. Holy smokes! You don't know what he's fucking talking about.
Have you adapted this sheet wrong or something? I mean, rolled under 95 yet.
I mean, you could bring the... You don't have any idea, but I mean, like, you're not a local. Abner's a local. And maybe Patience knows the answer to that, so perhaps you could go ask one of them.
Yeah,
what do you say?
I'll sort of, as he asks it, I'll already be in mid sort of picking up the drinks.
Okay.
And I think with that, I'd have probably dropped one, made a mess. I'm really sorry about that. Can you pour another one? And I'm going to go back to the table to take the 2 drinks to my friends. And I say, can one of you help me? I've asked for our contact, but he's asking me questions about the hall. What was the hall name?
Faneuil Hall.
Faneuil Hall. Any of you got any ideas what's on the roof of Faneuil Hall?
I might have. I have 2 potential skills that could come into play. One is folklore, but the other is education.
Whichever you feel will be more appropriate. Go ahead and roll. And Patience, you can roll just folklore with plus 10.
Okay.
I think this hasn't become history yet, meaning it's not education yet. This is still kind of active, so it's still folklore.
Okay.
I'm going to go with that.
Okay, yeah, works for me. And each are routine, plus 10.
Routine.
Whoa! It's hard for the non-locals. You guys getting all those hundreds out of the way now. You know, of course, it's famous. There's a grasshopper. There's a grasshopper like weather vane that's up there.
Mm-hmm. I'll relay that to both my companions.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe you want to come up to the bar in case he asks any more.
And Maurice, don't start a fight with dropping more ale.
No one had noticed in this.
I think I say that and then push my ale also off the table because I also fumbled.
Cool. Yeah. Watch what you're saying. You knock it over. Abner's like, what? Jeez. Okay, so what do you do then, Maurice?
Yeah, maybe you could go and settle the bill for us. And
yes, I'd be happy to.
Okay.
So I'll
approach. We're looking for.
So as you walk over you're met with the same hard look. He looks back over and he says, "You want a replacement for that one?"
It seems we are in needs of one, yes. Please add it to my bill, which I would also like to take care of while I'm here speaking with you.
Very well. And he pours another another pint, sets them down for you. And as you're settling up...
So as he's sort of doing... Yeah, so as I'm kind of getting out the monies to pay for this, I say... my friend was inquiring about a certain person. We have been sent to socialize with.
Who's that then?
He was called Port. What was his name? Port.
Sure.
Philip Shore. Sorry. Nice. I was getting an update on what was going on with my son.
Short. Whatever.
Philip Short. Philip Short. He's called by the sort of common vernacular name Philip the Short. I do not know if you're aware of this gentleman.
Stops and turns around. He looks at you. Looks over at the table where you guys are very poorly trying to hide that you're listening in. He walks over to you, leans in. What's atop Faneuil Hall?
Well, I'm not really sure. I mean, other than the grasshopper, of course. Was there something else you were referring to?
He nods his head. Have your seat. Enjoy your drinks. Your contact will be in soon.
Thank you very much, my good man. And I add a tip on top of the bill.
Okay. With your accent, I keep it down in here.
Well, I have been trying to lose it, but as you can see, it's not going very well. I appreciate that tip.
So you guys head over, and I mentioned before we started that we're taking advantage of rules we have not used in any other game before. That is the alcohol rules. So, would everyone kindly give us a toughness test? In this game, for every hour you drink, make a toughness test. For the first hour, it is a trivial plus 30% to your toughness test. Go ahead and make your rolls.
Okay.
Let's see how things go. Who among you is the sloppy drunk? Success. There you go. Nice. 92. Holy smokes. All right, so when you succeed, you may continue drinking for another hour without any negative effects. If you had failed, what happens is you get the intoxicated condition, and it has two effects. For one, you roll 3d10 plus 3 peril immediately. And remember, peril just means you don't have access to your skill ranks at a certain level. And you get plus 3 to your damage threshold because you don't feel the pain as much.
That's good.
It's really fun. All right. So fortunately, you guys all, maybe it's because this is just not very good alcohol, or the beer is watered down or whatnot, but you just don't, none of you are feeling your pain, or feeling the drink when someone approaches. They are wearing a very big, heavy cloak over their head. It makes sense for the weather, but their slender frame suggests that they may not be a man, or either a younger boy or perhaps a woman. And she walks past your table once, speaks to the publican, and then comes over to your table. And when she brings her hood back, this is who you see. And Abner, would you give us an awareness check? Let's see if you remember who this person is.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I recognize the last name. Here we go.
And this actually will be, let's make it easy, so it'll be plus 20%.
Easy? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Easy. There we go. No, it seems so familiar.
Yeah, it seems so familiar.
Yeah.
You could
I'm not going to spend a coin, though, on this. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, I think
so she looks over you all and says, I understand you were looking for Philip the Short.
Yes, you are correct, ma'am.
Henry Jones sent you?
Right.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Then
He asked us for help.
perhaps we can have... As she looks at the door cautiously, we must be quick then. And she looks at you, Abner. Let me make a roll for her. Here's my dice. She looks at you and says, you were Mary's tutor at once, weren't you?
Mary Coleman? Well, yes, I was.
Her father, Morris Pullman. He's my brother. I'm Philippa Pullman.
Oh. I heard much about you. It's excellent to meet your acquaintance.
And good to see that you are caught up in this business as well. Now, this will be aware to you. Forgive me, sir, I do not recall. I did not roll a critical success, so I don't know your name.
I see. Well, that does happen. You may call me Abner. My full name is Abner Templeton.
Well, Mr. Templeton, and who are your companions?
Yes. Well,
first names will suffice.
Okay. That will probably help with everybody's Wastelands people's ears. Maurice here is my companion to my right, and my left. It's his Patience who's ready to add something.
Yeah, no, I just said, call me Pat. That's what everybody does.
A Scot?
Yes.
Then I act on behalf, Mr. Templeton. You may be aware that my brother Morris is currently in Philadelphia and assisting our friend Mr. John Hancock with their business there. I've taken the liberty of making inquiries into your characters and have received satisfactory reports. I did not recognize the name, Mr. Templeton. I apologize. I hope you'll excuse this precaution, but I must have people I can trust. In these times, the Crown has ears everywhere.
Yes.
You are aware, then, Patience and Maurice, you may not be aware. My brother has a daughter, my niece, a 16-year-old named Mary Pullman. She is the apple of his eye. Mary fears that there will be a kidnapping for those seeking leverage over her father. I need someone to escort Mary from Beacon Hill to Bull's Wharf, where my brother, Adam, will be waiting for her by a boat. For this, I'm willing to pay £10, half up front, and the rest by Adam. Is this a task that you feel you can accomplish?
Sure.
Seems simple enough.
She looks at you. You may either be new to Boston or new to these types of activities, but Mr. Maurice, you may find things more challenging. Having sway over Morris would have sway over Mr. Hancock, and we wish to not offer any leverage to those who are enemies of freedom. If you agree to this, then she places down a piece of. She gives you actually. She just looks at Abner. You are familiar with my brother's residence?
Yes, quite.
That is where she is. The boat will be ready by tomorrow morning at 1 a.m. So you have a day effectively to get. Yeah. 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. Adam will have the rest of your money there. She places down a small, very as inconspicuously as she can, places down a small coin purse and slides it over to you. In a place like this, you really don't want to be displaying too much wealth. Then she reaches into her coat and pulls out 2 sealed letters. Hand one of these over when you reach the house. Do you remember Thomas Harris, Mr. Templeton? And you would. Thomas Harris is the he's the servant, like the manservant for the Morrises. Then deliver this when you pick up Mary, and the other to Adam. Do not open these letters. Opening these letters, we will consider voiding your contract. Forgive me, the sawdust they put down in this tavern gets to my senses. Then, this is something you can assist?
Yes, and do I know the specific dock where we're supposed to go to find this boat? Is it at a certain pier number or something? I don't know. I'm not sure how it would work.
She does not tell you, but what you would expect is that it's probably in the secret communications.
So, just to be sure, does Mary want to go, and is she willing to go?
Most definitely.
Yeah. So
Mary is aware. She has remained behind to wrap up her father's business interests, but consorting with the Sons of Liberty is tantamount to treason as far as the Crown is concerned, and it appears that they are moving. While they do not have sufficient grounds on which to charge her and hold her as a traitor, they would certainly find... We know that the Crown has, and its agents have been happily resorting to unscrupulous and unlawful activities.
And if they go for the daughter, why would they stop at the sister?
She smiles. Oh, I can take care of myself.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Then, see her eyes go to the door, and her face kind of goes white. And she says, then, if we have an agreement, we should go. We must not be seen together. Why don't you guys each give us an eavesdrop check, please? Just standard, so no modifier. And I believe.
There is something wrong here. Come on, it's not possible.
Oh my god. Oh man. I don't think it's possible to be bad at role-playing games, but you know.
He doesn't like urban. That is his. That is
true. You're really. It's so noisy here. Yeah, you're definitely. Yep.
So he's not happy in his urban area.
Patience, you were the one who hears it. What you hear is that there is someone near the front of the door that has drawn your attention. Or more correctly, there are 3 people. And those 3 individuals are 3 redcoats. They seem to be interrogating the people who are coming. Who are you? What's your business here? She looks at you and she says, run. You must not be caught. She turns and disappears into the crowd. So for you guys, what do you wish to do? Now,
couldn't we use just the side entrance, side exit, and just?
You can.
No, there is.
We'll just go out the side. Oh shit! So here's what we're gonna do, guys. We are gonna engage. This is a pretty fun chase mechanic. So what we're gonna do is indulge ourselves in a little bit of a chase. I'm assuming that you guys are not going to. Tell me if I got this wrong. If you wish to fight the redcoats, you are certainly free to do so. But what would you like to do?
I feel like that should be the last resort if they catch up to us.
Okay.
That would be my 2 cents.
So, what about the other 2? Patience, Maurice, what do you think?
Nah, definitely.
No.
Definitely run for it.
Okay. Then I think I've got. Let's see here. Chase music. All right, so here we go. Chases are very simple. First thing we do is we set the scenes. You're in that packed tavern right now. Chases last. We set a number of duration for them. These will be 3 rounds. If 3 rounds pass without you guys getting caught, you get away. What I'm going to get you to do is, let's see. Let's decide if you get a head start here. We're going to do a contested roll because I think it'll be fun to show you how contested rolls work. So I'm going to roll 1d100 here first. Okay, so 59. Let me compare this to my guys. Where are they here? So the way the contested rolls work, you have degrees of success in this game, just like you do in a lot of other percentile games. So you take what your skill is, you take the tens digit from what you rolled, the difference between those is what your degrees of success are. You then add your bonus from whatever relevant skill is. So for stealth, for instance, you would add your AB, your agility bonus, to the degree of success. What that does is it means that if you happen to be quite good at certain things, you're less dependent on your dice roll for, you know, for whether you beat someone who's not skilled in it. I like that quite a bit. Okay, so the red coats. Here we go. Red coat, regular. Awareness plus 10. So my degrees. Oh, I need to roll again. There we go. So I got to spend a misfortune for that. Let me get you guys some fortune points back. I assure you, this is not because I really want to win. It's because I want to make sure you guys have enough fortune or coins to make your check. So what that means, their perception bonus is a 4, and their skill is 55. So I got an 8 in total. I want you to pick your best, sneakiest, stealthiest guy, and go ahead and give us a stealth check. Who's feeling particularly sneaky?
I think it should be Morris, but or Maurice or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, I think he has rolled so many 100s now. It's impossible.
Right. Yeah, you are due for a 1. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Okay.
He's good at stealth.
So Morris will be an ordinary or standard difficulty.
Okay.
Look at that. All right, so now, would you tell us what... that is a 3 degrees of success, because it's 6 minus 3 is 3. What is your agility bonus? AB.
It's 5.
So that is a total of 8. I believe I got an 8 as well. You have the higher bonus, so I think that it is... that means that you win. So, the reason that matters, guys, because this means you get plus 3 as having a head start. You're sneaky enough so you guys can start moving away from these guys before you get there. So, first thing we're going to do, since you guys are running away, is we need for each of you to determine your escape value. What this is I don't know if it's on the character sheet or not, but it... Oh, turn this down a scooch here. It's a really loud track. It's going to be, if it isn't on there, you'll be rolling 1d10 plus your movement score. It might be under combat, under your movement. Let's see what's under the character sheet here. Or is your movement current? Yeah, there's no way of rolling movement. Okay, so then it's just going to be... So for instance, like Patience has an 8 for movement, so it'll be 1d10 plus 8 plus 3. And each of you, go ahead. So it's your 1d10 plus your movement plus 3. And then I'll roll my pursuit score. Oh. So, Maurice, what is your movement?
8.
Is 8 as well? Okay, so it's 12 for you total, 19 for Patience total.
Sorry, I'm just behind because I cannot see where movement is.
Movement is under the combat tab, underneath the encumbrance, I believe.
Tab. Yes, okay. So it doesn't let me actually...
No, you can't roll it.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay, here we go. 1d10.
1d10.
And it's going to be a total of plus 10 because I have a 7 movement.
Okay, so 19 and 11. Oh my gosh. All right, so then for my red coats, they have a... Jeez, why did I close it? There's an actual... there's a cloth thread that comes with the print version, or cloth bookmark, but I've already got it on something else, so I can't use it on this. Blackbirds has 3. I still found that wasn't quite enough. I wanted more because I'm greedy. All right, so they get a movement of 7. They don't have a head start, so I'm going to roll 3 times here. 1d10 plus 7. All right, so this is the one chasing Maurice. You actually have a 12 on this.
Okay.
Oh, pursuit value is higher. Next, against Patience. I don't think I can possibly beat that. And Abner, too slow. All right, so what that means for this one round, Patience and Abner, you guys are able to completely get away. They're like, there they are! And they come racing after you, but they're not able to even get close enough to try and grab you. Maurice, however, because their pursuit check is higher, they get a chance to try and capture you. Whenever the pursuit value is equal to or exceeds the escape value, the pursuer will make an athletics or coordination test. Depending on the round it's in, it becomes easier and it gets harder as we go over. If I succeed, then you can try and resist it with athletics or coordination. So let's see here. Let's see if this guy gets his hands on you. I just finished looking this up. Like, I'm just got the attention span of a fucking housefly here. Like, I look it up, and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to mark this, and then immediately get distracted because I get to do something fun with dice. All right, so this thing...
I have the attention span that houseflies is like unborn child. So.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to roll in chat because it'll be fun. This is against the his athletics. I think it's going to be better. So it's 55 I'm rolling against. Come here, you. Oh. All right, so now I need this. He's going to be getting a hold of you, Maurice. Yep. I need you to give us either an athletics or coordination test. If you succeed, you knock them off, and then you can carry on the chase.
And still standard, yeah?
Still standard, yeah. Oh, that's close. You want to spend a coin? Reroll?
Suppose I've got to win or...
I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Oh, jeez.
So what you see is the... Let's hear... Escapee... All right, so then what is
Save
the...
yourselves.
Ooh. So he's got his hands on you. Come here. Mm-hmm. All right, so then you still 2 more rounds to get free. Patience and Abner, you're almost at the door. You look back and you can see that one of these redcoats has grabbed hold of Maurice. Mm-hmm. So now, next thing we do is catch your breath. Let's see here. What... So I'm just reading. Oh, so what you're knocked prone. You suffer 2d10 plus 2 peril, and you are captured. So let's roll 2d10 plus 2. So we're going to compare this. Oh, fuck me. 16. What is your peril threshold, Maurice? So we're going to look on the combat tab.
It's 7, 13, 19. Is that right?
Okay, so then, so what you're going to do is you're going to move yourself down. It's 2 steps. So if you click on that the peril condition track thing right next to there, move it down 2 to be at ignore 1 skill rank.
Oh, 1 skill rank.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been jostled. You sort of hit a table. You knock down yet another drink you managed to knock over. And they've got you now. Now, that doesn't mean that you guys can't try and do something to get him to escape. One neat thing I will tell you about the game is when you are facing human adversaries, you decide if they are defeated or if they are killed in combat. Mm-hmm. It's always in the hands of the players. So then we're on to our next round. Now, Patience and Abner, you need only keep away for 2 more rounds before you flee. If you're choosing to turn back, because this redcoat is standing over Maurice right now, he's going to have to fight his way free. What is this here? Yeah, nothing. Sorry. Okay, so then that's where we are right now. Is this redcoat is standing over Maurice? You rebel scum. I heard that once in a movie.
That doesn't ring a bell.
Not at all.
No.
So then, are we transitioning into fighting, or are we going to keep running here?
Well, I have a kind of a rules question for you, which is, let's say, hypothetically, I have a spell I want to cast. That's a 1 AP spell. If I want to also try to move in that same turn, can I or no?
Absolutely. Yep. There's no restrictions about moving. You spend your APs however you like.
So tell me this then just makes sense for the situation. If I have a spell I can cast that can help patients, but then I want to keep moving. I can't run my full number of APs that I would normally.
If we're
run.
dropping into where you're actually taking actions like that, then it's not a chase. Chase is just trying to beat feet and get the hell away. So if we're dropping down into, it sounds like we might be getting into a bit of a scrap here.
I turn to Maurice and no, sorry, Maurice is the one that's captured. I turn to Patience and say, we must go back and help him, as I do not know if he can get himself out by himself.
Let's start a tavern brawl. I'm all in.
Yes, I forgot who I was speaking with. All right. I think that probably answers the question. I think we're dropping into a scrap.
Okay. Now, give me 1 second here. There is something...
While you're doing that, I'm going to stay the Patience. I have a way to allow Maurice to move more quickly if you can get him free.
I think I have an idea.
Okay.
Excellent.
So let's add this in. So they're at 12. All right. So then, Maurice, you have, assuming you're not surrendering, I had a good run. Let's go be tortured by the hung as a rebel spy. You have 3 action points, and if you want to decide what you want to do with that, I will direct you to the combat conditions, actions in combat handout. So
am I already knocked down? Is that right?
I mean, you suffered. Let's see. What does it say? Does it specifically say? Yeah, you are knocked prone.
Okay.
No, wait, no.
Oh.
No, you just suffered peril.
Okay.
Nope, once again. It's like every sentence is just a fucking roller coaster ride here. I'm reading critical fail, then I read critical success, then I read regular one. So you are knocked prone and you suffer. So that means you need to spend 2 action points to stand up if you wish to stand up.
Can I try a below the belt?
Fuck yes, you can.
While I'm on the ground.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm not even going to penalize that. So,
awesome.
Below the belt, so do you want to make athletics or guile?
Yeah, I'm going for athletics.
Nice. So go ahead. This is 1 action point.
Oh, yes.
All right. So I have to resist with a... I'll just roll my stuff separately here. I resist with my toughness. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So where's... Oh, I did it again. Jeepers. Oh, my goodness. All right, here we go. Their toughness is 55. Okay. Failed. So... That is... So now they need to spend 1 extra AP for movement actions until the end of combat. You have 2 more AP. What would you like to do?
I think I'll have to stand up at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Standing...
It's 2 action points. Get up, it says.
Right. Does not trigger attacks, an opportunity attack, I don't think. So that's good.
Doesn't mention it.
No. Okay. Then, yeah, you're able to scramble up to your feet. Abner, you're up next. What are you doing?
So I would take 1 AP to... I think it's going to be 1 AP to reach Maurice. Okay. Or does it take 2?
Yeah, probably 1. It's a hustle. Okay. Is that called what the movement's called? Great.
So I will hustle over to Maurice. I'll place my hand on his shoulder while he's in the midst of this sort of scuffle.
Yep.
And I will say, mutter something like, I'll find a better one another point. And with his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in 7 streams, and make men go over faster.
Nice.
And I am casting a spell called Quicken Blood.
Ooh, very cool.
Here it is here.
So it's only,
the effect is...
Oh, nice, yeah.
Sorry, again. 1 AP. After successfully casting, the ally may increase their movement and initiative by 3.
Now, remember as well, you can spend coins to gain an extra AP.
So right. So I have 1 left, correct, at the moment. So
hold on, we
may
actually
be
got to
doing
roll
that.
to cast that first. So that is a...
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah, it's a routine cast. So here's what your decision tree is first, do you wish to risk backlash? If you do, every plus 10% to your roll, we roll a chaos dice afterwards, and... to determine if you're suffering peril. So you don't automatically suffer the peril. You just you roll, and if you roll a 6 on one of those dice, so plus 10% is one chaos dice, plus 20% plus 30% is a commensurate number of ones. On it also runs the risk of more serious backlash. So what do you think?
I don't think I want to take those kinds of risks yet. It's not that dire, so I'm just going to make a straightforward incantation.
Okay, so it's
roll, which
routine?
is routine. And hopefully I can do this. Here we go.
Success.
Okay.
All right. So, and what does it look like as his blood is quickened?
I think kind of these spirals of kind of ghostly images come down my arm and suddenly spin up to super speed and drive themselves into Maurice's chest.
So Maurice,
shut it for a second.
Your movement is now an 11, and and that's for, what's your willpower bonus, Abner?
Oh, sorry. My willpower bonus is, I already closed my sheet. It's 4.
So that's 7 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Abner,
So
that was
hopefully we get out of here.
you still have one more
I
AP.
have one AP, so I'm going to hustle away.
Now, remember, if you want to do defenses, you can, like, if you want to deflect or dodge or whatever else, that does count or require AP.
Well, so I was wondering, so I thought I could spend those at any time if I needed to use them. Is that right? Or do I have to choose them on my turn?
No. So what you can do is save one. At the start of your round, you refresh to 3 APs.
Okay.
Okay. So, but if you want to dodge, you need to save one between now and the start of your next turn. Unless you want to spend a coin to generate another AP.
And do I have to spend the coin on my turn?
No.
Right?
Not in this game. In Blackbirds, you do, not in Flames Freedom.
So if I wanted to, I could spend 1 AP of my own right now out of the 3, and then later, if I'm like, oh shit, I need.
Well, you don't have to spend
AP,
it. You just keep it.
Coin?
You keep it.
Okay.
Because a defense always costs 1 AP. So when you're in melee or in your combat, you have to sort of decide: do I want to keep one to defend against people? Because if you don't, you can't defend unless you spend a coin to generate 1 AP.
Okay, so I think for now, because I don't want to remain here and potentially also get jumped. I don't know what might happen to me, but I'm going to spend my last current AP to hustle away. So at one time is my movement.
Okay, all right. So you're back over. Then it is.
And it says, just in case, it says invokes counterattack if moving out of an engagement. Yeah.
Okay. Now, one thing you can do in Blackbirds is you can spend a coin to jump up in the initiative ladder. You can't do that in Flames of Freedom. Unfortunately, Patience.
Okay.
Yeah, you think I could use that? It might be worthwhile. Yes, I suppose.
That would have been helpful, most definitely.
Yeah. I should do that. Yeah.
The one who you know what? I'm going to put. Let's see here. We'll put it. Blues for ball shot. So. Maurice, he is staggers back. He's been gutted. He is going to, I think first.
So wait a minute. So you asked me if I wanted to.
No. I told you could do that if we were playing Blackbirds. You can't do that in Flames of Freedom.
Okay. So that was just to.
It was really to demonstrate the differences between the games. Sorry.
That was nice. Yeah. Thanks for the information.
Okay. So the Blackbird who's facing you, or Blackbird, again, my fucking brain's on that right now. The Redcoat who's facing you, Maurice, says, "Oh, you son of a whore!" And he tries to kick you in the unmentionables, is a horrible miss. And then he is going to, I think he's going to try and hit you with his musket, like just, whack you with it. So then this is what his actual attack is. He has a 60% on this. So that's a hit. You didn't save anything for defenses, I don't think, but you could spend a coin to take to get an action point and dodge if you like.
So you can do it after the event. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you'd have to do actually a melee. Let's see here. So if you go to simple melee, your skill, and just roll that. As long as you roll a success on it, you're fine. Standard difficulty. Are you kidding?
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
What is going on?
One off. All right. Do you want to spend that last coin to roll that, or to take the hit?
I'm going to take a knock.
All right. Let's see here. So it's his combat bonus is 7. So it's 9. How does 9 compare to your damage resistance or damage threshold?
I haven't read it. What was it last time?
That was your peril you were going against last time. This is actual damage.
Oh, damage. Oh,
okay,
right.
Your damage threshold is a 7, so it's 1 over. So that means...
Lightly wounded?
Yes, you just go down by 1.
Lightly wounded.
Lightly wounded. Okay, so no penalties, no chance of actual injury. So he kind of hits you, and then his last... what's his last action?
Is that per hit, or is it a run in total? Do I have to write that in?
Yeah, it just means like each when we compare it, we compare it, and that tells us how many steps go down if you're damaged.
Okay, so you don't have to have like a run in total of damage.
No, because
Okay.
It won't. If he hit you with the exact same hit again, it would just go one more down.
One more level. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Then the other two, Patience and Abner, they are going to spend 2 actions to charge you. They're going to try and tackle you guys.
Okay.
So, come here. Actually, no, they're going to try and knock you down. So they'll hustle over. So I need, let's see here. I need to make an athletics check. So 55 once again. So 55 against Patience. Fail. Critical fail.
Oh, good.
So he stumbles. I'll actually let you make a counterattack if you want, Patience, for free. Counterattacks always cost 0 AP.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's running towards you, and I think maybe like the barkeep sticks his foot out, and he kind of stumbles towards you.
So what do I roll for the counterattack? I only have the weapons here.
Which would you like? Are you just counterattack? Is you make use of whatever? Like if you've got a bottle out or something like that, you could maybe
something like that. But I just use this bayonet also. I don't.
Okay, let me quickly take a look at the things.
Or do I use just the melee skill or something?
Yeah, I think it'll be simple melee. Because you're probably grabbing maybe you grab a drink off of someone's table and smash it into his face. So go ahead.
I think I would just sidestep and then hit him in the back.
Okay. Yep. Give us a simple melee check, and I'll tell you if you're successful. I'll tell you what that does. He's a
critical success.
Holy smokes!
Nice.
All right. Now critical successes in this. Do something different, because in Blackbirds it relates to degradation of armor. In this it does, let's see here, where are you I was trying to find the here we go. All right, melee attack, critical success, foe cannot defend, and you add 1d6 fury dice to the damage. So if you go into when you roll damage, actually let's just do this. Why don't you give us a roll of it'll be 2d6 plus your combat bonus, and that'll be it. I can't. Where is trappings? Here we go. So go give us a 2d, and actually, I'm sorry, 2d6 exclamation mark plus whatever your combat bonus is. Okay, so that's 12. Waff! All right, then he is, and you can always spend a coin to add +6 to that damage as well.
Yeah, I think we need all the coins we have.
Okay, so you smash in the back of his head, and he is, I'm going to put his injury down as, so he's at injury level 2 right now. Then the last one comes in on you, Abner.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So that is a hit. He will hit you, so resisting Knockdown is coordination. Otherwise, you're knocked prone.
Go. Coordination. Here we go.
Come on, big money.
Standard.
Standard, yeah.
Okay. Oh, nope.
So you bowled off your feet and you collapsed down to the floor. And like, if you thought it smelled bad in here when you were standing, it's even worse when you're on the ground. Patience, what are you doing? 3 actions.
Yeah, whom to help first? I don't know. I think we just deal with the other guys later. I mean, just for good measure, I suppose I will have to help Abner first.
Okay.
So I assume that was right next to me. So
yeah. You guys are pretty much right next to one another. So you could take you're not going to have to spend an AP to get into engagement with this guy. Yeah,
so I will grab the next bottle or something and just try to hit the other one in the face.
So let's hear. Because I have full faith that this game has fun rules for the grab and improvise weapons. Because there's a shit ton of weapons.
Simple melee, I guess, again.
Yeah, so let's see here. It'll be... so improvised is simple melee. The reason I wanted to look it up is because the qualities in weapons are the things that make them different. And some of them, like there's some cool things like being fast, where it's harder to defend against it. This one has break, pummeling, and throwing. So what it means is break. So I tore out my little reference pages from here. I don't have a DM screen for this, or a historian screen. So break. After dealing damage, this weapon is destroyed. So there you go. Pummeling. It can only inflict moderate damage, and it references BB, so you add your basic, your brawn bonus as opposed to your combat bonus. And throwing, you can throw this as well. So, got your bottle, Patience?
Yeah, I don't want to throw it. I just want to hit him with it.
Go right ahead. Simple. Yes. Okay, and I didn't save any AP from any of them, so that they can't defend. Go ahead and roll damage. That'll be 1d6 exclamation mark plus your brawn bonus, your BB.
Yeah. Plus.
So 7. All right. So that smashes on him. That is enough to...
Sweet.
Where's damage threshold? Yep, that's enough to knock him down by 1. Hey! So he's down to 2. Then... Well, actually, I think this guy should be down to 3. Is that right? Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I think that is maybe not enough to really slow them down.
No chance of a wound there. What you did do, though, I screwed up. Would you, Patience, kindly give us a 1d6 roll, please? Or you can roll a chaos dice off of your sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Just a single chaos dice. We want to see whether this guy suffers an injury. Come on, roll a 6. Oh, no. Getting beaten up, but not an injury. All right, so Patience, that was only 1 AP, so 2 more. What would you like to do? You could draw a weapon, you could, and regardless of whatever weapons you've got, you still always have the option of just like knocking out or whatever else adversaries.
Yeah, so maybe I could, so the one knocking out adversaries, maybe the one who was going after Abner, who I sidestepped. I think he's more...
Yep.
I think I could try to knock him out, and that works how exactly?
If you're trying to just so that's after you just like make a normal attack with whatever weapon you want, but you can't attack more than once in a round. What you could do is do something like the chokehold or the knockdown, like below the belt. If you want to knock this guy in the balls while he's down, you could do a rough and tumble action still. And the reason that would be useful, because it adds 1 AP for any movement actions. That means he would have to spend the whole round standing up. And that penalty lasts until the end of the combat.
Yeah, I think I should do that, but I can only attack once per
you can only take an attack action once per round. You did that with your smashing the guy in the head, but rough and tumble are not attacks.
I see.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think the game, like where Blackbirds allows you to make multiple attacks, this one it encourages you to do other things. So you could spend those APs to like aim, or save for defense, or like kicking people in the shins. It feels very Errol Flynn swashbuckly kind of thing.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so yeah, then I think I should. I mean, it's like Master Ken, restock that groin. I mean, come on, yeah.
You could give him a chokehold too if you want.
Yeah, that's maybe. No, yeah, I would. I think actually that's what I'm doing. I will try to hit the one, and maybe the one who is on step 3 already.
Okay, go ahead.
Just below the belt.
Yep.
And I will just...
Athletics or guile? Your choice.
Yes. Maybe athletics. What is guile? Yeah, surely athletics.
Okay. Not the most... oh, nice hit.
Yes.
Okay, so I need to make a toughness check here. I'm going to give it a -10 because he's prone, because it's an easier shot. Succeeds. So you kick him, but it doesn't quite. You don't quite connect with the crown jewels, as it were.
Yes.
Then you still have one more AP. What do you want? Do you want to save that?
I think I would just try to instigate a tavern brawl.
Okay.
So
actually, you got one more thing I can point out for you. You can also use words as weapons. It's another neat thing in here that I think is a cool morale. Now, what this does is... Where is the combat section? Here we go, combat maneuvers. Words as weapons. You can either you test warfare to hasten, which gives +1 to initiative or movement to a number of combatants equal to your fellowship bonus, so your FB, or you can test leadership for inspired, +1 to damage threshold and 1 to peril threshold, or test for intimidate, -1 to damage threshold and -1 to peril threshold. You could also do that this round. You could make a intimidate you could make an intimidate check to make it easier to injure these guys.
Yeah. I think, maybe I would, but just for good measure, I don't do the intimidation. I'll just say, so they want to tax the Yale as well. Let's go after them. Nice. And just try to make a riot here.
Sure, okay. So go ahead and... what are you trying to do? Is that intimidate, or...
Yeah, maybe that's intimidation,
So whatever... warfare will give your allies +1 initiative, +1 movement. Leadership will give +1 damage threshold, +1 peril threshold for your allies. Intimidate gives -1 damage threshold, -1 peril threshold.
Yeah, I think I can only do intimidate, really. So that warfare is something you have to train, if I understand that correctly.
Oh, no, all it means is that you flip to fail on it.
Yeah. No, I would just do this as in intimidating way. So
go ahead and give us an intimidate check. Sorry for spending so much time bringing these out. So I want to make sure you're aware. It seems like there's a lot of fun things to do on your turn. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, no, it rolled twice. I don't know why.
I only saw the second one, so we'll use that.
That's nice. Yeah.
Okay. So with that success, so until the end of combat, what is it you say in your Scots brogue?
Yeah. There's no tax on ale. That's for sure.
I tried to tax the ale. So the crowd's going, oh, and so we've got one guy. I'll put purple for prone. There we go. So one guy in the ground, one guy you smash in the face. In this 3 seconds that took up this round, what you did is smash the one guy in the back of the head, smash the other guy, hoof the other one, and then scream out to try and agitate the crowd. Maurice, your turn. What are you doing? 3 action points once again.
Yep. Well, this guy's already got some issues, so I'm going to try and knock him down to make it.
Okay.
Hit home.
Okay. So that is a rough and tumble action.
Yeah.
Athletics or coordination?
It's athletics.
And they must resist with excellent. Oh, no, I looked
come
the wrong
on.
one. God dang. You want to spend that coin? Last coin?
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay. So you shove him, he sort of pinwheels back a bit, but he's not quite down. You got 2 more action points.
And all these other actions you can do multiple times, can you? It's only the attack you can only do once.
Only attack you can... I think that's the case, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I might go for the eye gouge instead then.
Nice. So guile or intimidate, what do you...
Yeah, I'll go for intimidate.
Nice. Okay, so I make an awareness check. It's 55 as well. Let's see. Oh, so you get in and he's able to sort of cover himself up. Hey, get off! But you're just trying to going, feral on him, knocking him down, going for his eyes. You have 1 more AP. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty annoyed with all this now. So I'm just going to try and hit him. His bare-handed weapon is pretty good. So I'm just...
Yeah, barehanded would be a simple melee.
Well, I've got it on my weapon sheet, so I think I might be able to just roll it. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. I'll try it. Didn't seem to do anything. Oh, no.
There you go. Nice. Okay, and that's 8. Oh, that's great. So slow means it is... he's able to, I guess, plus 10 on his defense. But I don't have any defense. I can't defend because I have no APs left. So you slug this guy... And an 8 knocks him down by 1. Okay. So he is at 2 right now. All right, Maurice. Then it's Abner's turn. What are you doing, Abner?
Okay, so I am prone, correct?
Yep.
From that, he tackled me. So I'm going to spend 2 AP to stand up from prone.
Yeah.
And then I have 1 AP left. Which of these 3... Oh, actually, I'll ask this question. Are all 3 of them standing around me at this point, or just 2?
2 of them are fairly close. One of them is right and engaged with you. That's the one that has the 2. The one underneath you, the Patience brained in the head with a bottle. There's one on the ground that tried to attack Patience.
Okay, so the one that's still standing, so not on the ground, I'm going to target. And I'm going to say... I'm casting a spell.
Nice.
Be gone, foul thing. It's a 1 AP spell. I'm going to put it in the chat here.
Okay. Ooh.
So, and the condition I'm going for is air, which is gutted. Must spend 1 additional AP for movement actions until the end of the combat.
Yep.
And I'm going to make my roll.
Okay.
Here.
So this is routine, and remember you can what do you call it? Risk feedback if you want.
Yeah, I'm afraid I feel like we haven't even gotten to the burden of what to pick up yet. So I'm gonna start off just doing a routine check with nothing extra.
Here we go.
It's slow. There it is. Oh, god damn it!
You want to spend a coin?
Yeah, I think I will. Because now this case, I do need to make sure. Let me put it back to routine. There we go. Now submit. Okay.
There you go. Poof. All right, and yeah, I don't think he gets to resist. Unable to defend or yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. So he is also gutted. So I'll put the blue down for that once again. Hits him in the chest. So that's only 1 action. That was all your 3, right?
No, that was 3 because I had 2 to get up.
So then the one is on. So the one that's with Maurice. He is going to. He'll try and knock you down again too, Maurice. He wants you on the ground. So my rough and tumble roll. 55. I succeed. I need you to give us a coordination check, please. Oh, hold on. I'm going to spend hold on, misfortune. I'm going to fish for critical. I did manage to get a critical. It is a critical fail. unfortunately. So, not what the British were facing for. Now, hold on. With a critical fail, I believe you get to make an immediate counterattack.
Oh.
No, I'm disarmed.
That's awesome.
So he swings that gun at you. You get your musket. You get your arm underneath it and twist, and you see the musket goes pinwheeling away into the crowd. He is going to, I think, spend his next action to his next 2 APs because he's gutted, limping away from you to try and get over there, which leaves him open for an attack of opportunity. Would you like to make an opportunity attack?
Yep. I'll just do the bare-handed one. That seems to do it all in one go.
Just kick him in the knee. Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to... Let's see here. I'm making sure that I'm not... here, maneuver... Counterattacks, that's what it is. They call them counterattacks in this. Oh, yeah. So you brain him. Now would you give us a D10 roll? Or D6 roll, forgive me. This is okay. No wounds yet. So you hit him as he limps away, but he's getting off in the crowd trying to grab that. The one on the ground near you, Patience, is going to spend 2 APs to get up, and then is going to try and grab you. Come here, lassie. That is a fail. I need to spend a misfortune to re-roll here. Get you guys some fortune coin. It's not called fortune in this, but I'll flip a coin. Here we go. Oh! Those 100s are going around. Now, they do not have this concept in Flames of Freedom. There's a concept in Blackbird's called sublime results. Sublime success, sublime fail. That's a roll of a 1 or a 100. I think it'd be a lot of fun to have this be a sublime fail. So how do you disarm this guy? Patience?
Yeah, I think I would just... So he tries to get up with his gun. So
actually, you know what? Hold on,
there's...
He's trying to do a chokehold. Critical fail means he is choked. And the condition of choke, is it on my sheet here? It is not, but it is on one of these things. Let's see what the perils and conditions for choked is. No, that's not that.
Cannot use any action in combat unless you have successfully resisted escaping. So using athletics.
So you can choose to like wrench your and get your arm around this guy for free if you like.
Yes.
So he gets up, he tries to get at you, and now he's in what you call a Scottish hug. So you got him, and then finally the one facing you, Abner. He did not appreciate the casting of that magic, and he's like, witch! And he brings that, he's going to spend 1 AP to aim, and then he's going to spend, make his attack. So I have 65 to try and hit you here.
Okay.
So that's a hit.
Oh, that's going to hit?
Now, you could spend a coin to dodge or take the hit.
I'd like to spend a coin, but I forgot to mention that because in the midst of what I was doing, I forgot to take us down by 1 coin before the
that's okay. I've been taking care of it.
Okay, thanks.
Yep.
All right, so I will spend a coin.
Okay.
So my options for trying to avoid this are
basically make a simple melee because it's a melee attack.
Because it's a melee attack. So I don't have a simple melee on my combat sheet. I have a knife.
That's okay. Simple melee is just if you go to the main tab, just roll your simple melee skill, which I think is just going to roll your combat.
Sorry. Okay, that's under brawn, I'm guessing.
Yep. No, combat.
No, it's under combat. Sorry.
Yeah.
Simple melee. Here we go. Sorry.
Here we go. Come
standard,
on.
What's the rating?
Standard difficulty. You just need a success in this. Oh! You want to spend another coin to reroll? Or take that hit?
Yeah.
I'm going to take it. You want me to spend it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I will spend it. Here we go. Come on.
Oh, no. All right. So then with that is the end. So he hits you. And let's see here. Damage is actually not that bad. So my damage roll is 8. What is your damage threshold?
Is a 6.
Okay, so go down 1 level. So it's just a bruise. You stagger back. Then it is Patience' turn.
So
Patience.
Yeah, so I have one of those guys grabbed.
Yep.
Basically.
He's choked.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Because he is choked, let's see here. I think you can just... it costs you 3 AP to maintain a chokehold. While choked, your foe immediately suffers 1d10 plus brawn bonus at the start of each of your turns if you maintain the chokehold. So do you want to maintain the chokehold and start choking them out? Or, because that would be all of your actions then.
So,
or you release them for free.
Yeah, but then I've won nothing, but otherwise, yeah, okay. So I think I would just try to choke him out. Come on, this must be possible.
So then what's your brawn bonus?
5.
5, so 1d10 plus 5, please. Come on, big money.
Come on.
And because of your intimidation, their peril threshold is down by 1. So that is an 8. Okay, so it's down by 1. So it's your peril. Pink is peril. So he's down to 2. That's actually helpful because it 1 more down on that Patience, and he will not be able to. If they ignore their skill sounds or skill whatever skill levels. Okay, so that's Patience. Maurice.
Yeah. So he's at 3 and stays at 3 or something. I did not
Wrong
yeah,
one
I
here.
think it's
Sorry.
the middle one, not the
Middle
left one.
Yeah. Yeah, because peril is separate from your damage.
I see,
Now,
yeah.
would that have affected your? What you could have done instead is just release him and try and hit him if you like.
Yeah, I think. No, I did this, but yeah, it's.
So let me tell you one more option.
That was not maybe.
You can also do something called a targeted attack. Targeted attack, it costs you 2 AP, but on a hit, you do 2 things. For 1, it does 1d6 plus your combat bonus extra damage, and you decide whether you're going to arm, body, head, or leg, and that will cause either arm is disarmed, body is gutted, head disoriented, and leg is prone.
I think I would just I would keep, so he can't do anything unless he breaks free, and
Correct.
He has to do that first. So that's,
So you're just going to lock him down and try and choke him out?
yeah.
Okay. Maurice, you're up again. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to try the targeted attack on this guy's leg.
Okay.
Because we're trying to escape. It seems
So he
to be,
did. I think you had to spend 1 action then to hustle after him, because remember he left you and went off into the crowd. That's why you got that attack of opportunity before.
Yep.
The counterattack. So you race after him and go ahead. He has no AP left, so he can't. As long as you hit.
So it's just a simple melee once again, isn't it?
Yep. Come on, big hit.
Teasing me.
Oh no, she stomped down.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a narrow miss. Abner, what are you doing?
So, they keep closing on us. So does that mean the number of to outrun them, we need to continue to get 3 ahead of them, essentially?
No, you guys can try. If like Patience is choking out one guy right now, but you could choose to all just start running, and then we'll drop back into a chase again because you're actually free once again.
Right. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm not great in melee.
Two of them are sort of slow, didn't they? The ones with the blue dots.
Yeah. They always
yes,
suffer.
and that's why I'm starting to feel like for at least for Abner, he's an older guy. He's got war wounds or whatever, or just general aging wounds.
Yeah.
So I'm going to. No one's holding me, as far as I recall.
That's right. Yep. No, you're free.
So I'm going to at least start with. I will do a hustle.
Okay. Now, because you are engaged,
yeah.
if you hustle, he would get a counterattack on you. That's cost 0 AP.
Right. Sorry, he gets a counterattack. If I
You
move
could
up and
maneuver, which is a 2 AP action. You move 3 yards, and they don't get a counterattack on you.
Okay, yeah. So I'll do 2 AP to maneuver,
Okay.
and then once I'm out of there, so it being engaged with them, then I'll spend 1 AP to do a full movement.
Okay. So you're racing towards the door?
I'm trying to get to the door, and I'll turn. I'll keep an eye on my companions when I get to the door and see if they need help going forward. But I'm just trying to get out of the situation so they don't have to help me again.
Absolutely. So I'm going to start with Abner then. So what happens is as you move towards the door, he brings up that musket. So he aims at you. It's plus 10. This is going to be a 55.
Okay.
To roll here. 65 for... I'm going to fish for a crit here.
Okay.
Still hit, but not a crit, but at least you got some points here.
So my damage threshold is 6.
You can... do you have any AP saved?
No, I used all 32 to get up. And
there is a coin there you could spend to get an extra AP and dodge if you'd like.
I'm only lightly wounded right now, so I think I'm going to save it for my companions in case they need to get it.
Guns are extraordinarily potentially lethal in this. Because
I'm definitely using that.
Well, I'll just explain why. So, the normal chaos dice, they explode on a 6.
Yeah.
Anything that has the black powder quality explodes on a 1 or a 6.
A 1 or a 6, so twice as often. So, yeah, that probably would be bad for everybody. So I guess I'll spend that. How do we get coins back again?
Yeah, me spending them.
That's what I thought. Okay. So I guess I will use it. Hopefully those guys will be okay. So I will spend it.
Coordination check, please.
So here we go. Get down to coordination. There it is. Standard.
Nice. No. All right, let's see. Actually, I didn't roll that great. I rolled 6 plus, I rolled a 13. How does that compare to your damage threshold?
Well, that's 2 damage thresholds for me.
Okay, so you dropped down 2, so I believe you are moderately injured, so I rolled 2.
Seriously.
Okay.
I was lightly already.
Okay, so now I roll, hold on. I did not roll a 6, so you're not injured.
Okay.
Remember, you got your laudanum. Laudanum gives you +1 conflict, but you reduce your damage condition by 1. Patience. This guy's going to try and get rid of you. Get off of me. So this is athletics. And failed. He can't get free of you.
Yes.
Then
awesome.
It is Maurice. This guy is... I'm going to make him make a coordination check to try and get this. Because he is... The members of the patients got the rest of the crowd riled up, so they're trying to jostle in his gun. He fails. I'll spend a... What do you call it? Oh, I could have spent that, I guess, on the other thing, but what are you going to do? Here we go. Try again. He's got his hands on the gun. He will then... I think he's going to try and low blow you once again. I'm going to spend one more. Oh, I'm going to fish for a crit. He's got a decent chance of this. Let's try. So still success, no crit. Then I need a coordination or... what is it here? Below the belt.
Is it athletics or guile,
toughness.
Oh, is it toughness?
Yeah, toughness to resist.
Oh gosh.
You want to spend a coin?
Oh, man.
We've got 2.
Yeah, I guess so. Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Toughness again.
Oh my god. So you are gutted, and then he will try and hit you. Here. Critical fail. Would you? So he tries to get you once again. You knock his gun away. It goes. He's just not keeping that gun today. Patience. You're back up. You want to keep choking this guy, or are you going to do something different?
Yeah, I don't know. I think my comrades they I think I have to release him and just help Abner before he's shot again.
Okay. So you release this guy. You have 3 actions. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I maybe charge at the one there who shot at Abner.
Okay. So charge, I believe, takes 2 actions, and then you get plus 1 d6 damage. Yeah. The melee.
So I think that's is this within? Do I have to make an attack?
You do. Yeah. Just make a regular attack.
Yeah. Okay.
So you race over at this guy. You redcoat bastard!
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So I will try to re-roll that one.
Go right ahead.
Good.
Sometimes I will.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. He can't defend against this. So go ahead and roll damage. This will be 2d6 exclamation mark plus your brawn bonus. Oh, hold on. Is there a unarmed attack on each of your character sheets?
No, not on mine. I suppose. Wait a minute.
Let's see, be under combat.
It's on the weapons on mine, but I'm not saying.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't have it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
Holy shit!
Nice.
So what happens to this guy?
Yeah, I think I will spear him, just flying at him and tackle him to the ground, and maybe his head hits a table on the way or something.
Is he dead or is he unconscious?
No, he's unconscious.
Okay, so whoa, you knock one guy, he goes flying back, hits a table, and is completely unconscious.
Nice.
So that's 2 AP. You still have 1 more patience. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I would just ready myself to defend whatever happens next.
Okay.
So,
Maurice, you're up next. This guy's been disarmed once again, and you're engaged with him. What would you like to do?
I mean, everyone saw him shoot, didn't they? So
Yep.
I think I'll pull my musket. What's a musketoon?
It's like a shorter musket.
It's almost a pistol, or is it just a short musket?
No. It's like a carbine, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, does that take an action point to?
It would take an action, and it would also take an action point to load it, I believe.
Yeah,
It will say however many it says for the loading.
Yeah, it's got special skills for loading, but.
I think
nice.
he lost his musket again. So I mean, you could just run away.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
You've got.
I'm gutted as well, so I'm slowing.
Yeah, I'll take one extra action.
Then just hit
So
him.
is he, so I would be ahead of him, I guess.
Okay, so whatever your load value is on your musketoon, which if you click on the arrow should open it up. Oops, sorry. If you go over to the combat tab, click on the arrow. There you go. What is the?
That's 1, yeah.
1 AP, so it'll be 1 AP to load it.
Just seeing what this extra skill was. Reduce the load value of all ranged weapons with black powder quality by -1 action point.
Yeah, and I've included that.
Minimum of 1.
I've kept that in your musketoon.
Yeah.
Normally it takes 2 AP to reload.
Okay. No, but Patience is right. If Abner's already got to the door, I'm going to make it to the door, so I'm going to spend.
He will get a counterattack. You'd have to spend.
Didn't he move?
You have to spend 3 to
me.
maneuver. Remember, you're gutted right now, so you would have to spend 3.
Yeah. I thought he'd gone into the crowd to go and get his gun, but he got it, did he?
He ran into the crowd, grabbed it. He turned around to try and get you. He critically failed, and you knocked that away out once again. So you've disarmed him twice.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And then you ran in after him to try and kick him in the. Remember the target attack? You want to try that again?
Yeah. No, I'm going to shoot him. No.
Yeah, no, fuck him. All right, so 1 action to get the musket out, 1 action to get it loaded. Go ahead. He's defenseless. As long as you hit with this. So click on your musket. Wait, why is that a... Oh, because you're right, because you're peril. You're ignoring your skill. There's 1 coin left. You want to spend it?
It's just that...
Yeah, let's take these guys down.
Yeah. Yeah, go on then.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's try it.
Here you
Yes.
go. All right, so 10, and that is so 10. They're reducing their peril threshold by 1. So that's actually 2 more. So would you give us a 3d6 roll, please? Oh, actually, go into Chaos Dice, roll 3 Chaos Dice.
Yeah, I'll use
Even better. He's on the verge. One more hit and he's down. Abner, you can see this. The guy who shot at you, Maurice has shot this other guy. He is one away, like one good hit away from going down, and he is defenseless.
Yeah, so I'm going to once again cast a spell called Bludgeon with Elements.
Okay.
Directed at him to try to take him down. So it's only got to hit him once. So this just to remind everybody, there's the spell and the.
Okay, so that one, I don't think it does any damage though.
Oh, you know what? That's because I was going to do something different.
Okay.
But so forget. I don't actually have something that does damage.
Well, here's what you could do.
Damaging spells.
You could make a simple ranged, to like grab a bottle and throw it at this guy.
Grab a bottle. Mm-hmm. Let me just see how good I am at that compared to my spellcasting.
I think it'll just be your combat score.
So versus they're not that far off. Okay, so I will do that. I'm going to make a simple ranged attack with the closest bottle I can find, hurl it at the guy.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Standard, I'm assuming for the
standard
rating.
Difficulty. All right. That is 1d6 exclamation mark plus your brawn bonus, your BB.
Exclamation plus my BB, which is a 4.
6. Now, they're... Oh, no, that's already... I say they're down. I thought that you needed to... I was going to say that Patience's war of words was helpful, but it's a 6 anyway. So this guy gets shot, and he's like, what are you trying to... And he's hitting the side of the head with a beer bottle. Is he dead, or is he down?
Down.
Okay.
Not trying to kill anybody.
All right. Oof. And he is unconscious as well. That would have been 2 AP, so 1
So that was 2 AP, right? So I have 1 left. Yeah,
one
so
to grab
I
it,
was
one to throw
now
it.
trying to back out that... And I'm trying to back out that door.
Okay, so the door's open. You're like, come on. All right, the last one. Now, I am going to make a resolve check for this guy because he's been beaten around pretty badly here, and 2 of his allies are down. So this is going to be against a 40%. Oh, this is your future nemesis. He just, you bitch, he says to Patience, and then he'll spend 1 action to grab his bayonet out of his belt, another to, and then 2, I guess, to charge. So he's like, comes running up behind you. I have a 55. I'm going to fish for a crit. Nope.
Ooh.
But you get a coin back, so that's a hit. Patience, do you have any...
Yeah, I spent only 2 actions. So
nice, so you can dodge for free here. Come on.
So this is melee, yeah? He's
melee simple.
Yes, okay.
And if you get a crit, you get to counterattack.
Okay, yeah, that's...
No pressure.
Yeah, I would just check this and hope for a good roll.
Come on, let's see that green. Here we go.
Yes!
Nice! So you knock him out of the way. He's definitely turned this into a lethal thing. That's all of him. Patience, your turn. What are you doing?
Yeah, I think I would just... So weapons are uncool in these situations. At first, I would just hit him in the face with my fist.
Okay. So that's a... now, here's something you also do. If you've got AP to spare, you can always aim. Get a plus 10% chance to hit. Just costs you 1 extra thing. You can also...
I should do that.
You can combine that with that targeted attack if you wish as well. That's the one that costs you 2 AP, but it does plus 1d6 plus your combat bonus damage.
Yeah, then I would just... Yeah, okay, I do, combine all for 3. So just try to hit him really, really hard.
So go ahead. That'll be a simple melee at routine plus 10.
Yes.
And he can't defend. He doesn't have any AP left.
So that
nice. So that would be 2d6. What's your combat bonus again?
5.
5, and your brawn bonus is 5 as well, or 6?
Yeah. Yeah. Also 5.
Also 5.
Yeah.
That's 2d6 exclamation mark plus 10 damage.
Oh my god.
So this is a punch that's going to stay in legend at the Sign and Maiden for decades to come. What does the punch that launched the revolution look like?
Yeah, I think it's just this sucker punch. You can't really describe it. It's just in slow motion, basically. You see like this head is basically squashed in and then wiggles back.
Nice.
And he just drops to the.
And he's the crack of your knuckles on his jaw is so loud, the whole crowd just kind of drops to silence, and then immediately, breaks out in applause because of your your promise that they were intending on taxing beer more. So with that, patience is down. Maurice, all the redcoats are down. You guys are free to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it.
Okay. So all of you go racing off into the night, leaving your unconscious pursuers behind you. Now, because, let's see here. First off, does anyone have smelling salts or any other things they want to make use of? You will get a night's sleep tonight, but let me ask you this. Are you fearful that anyone was identified?
I mean, I am. Who knows? And then my question.
Okay.
So I wouldn't mind using it. I have smelling salts.
Okay.
I only have one, though, unfortunately.
Now,
I've got some smelling salts as well that you could use.
Is anyone trained in heal?
Let's see.
Nope.
No. Nope.
No? Okay. Because heal, so you can still use it, but it's flipped to fail. What you can do is, you could also try and bind wounds. What that does is it will reduce your... Oh, first off, is anyone at the heart level, where it's only one level down on the... on your... What do you call it? On your damage condition?
I'm lightly wounded.
Yeah, it's unharmed, lightly wounded, moderately wounded, seriously, grievously.
Okay, so lightly wounded. So if you are lightly wounded, again, they didn't, with a character sheet, they didn't follow the nomenclature that's in the actual rulebook. I want to look into that,
why
guys.
would you do that?
Yeah, it's great. You got 2 different options for the character sheet, but and they do update for the skills and whatnot. So really should make sure the nomenclature at the back end also updates. But no big deal. So the reason that means is as long as you've got a bandage, you would automatically succeed if it's only at lightly wounded.
Oh, good. I've got 3 bandages if somebody needs one.
Yeah, I've got some as well. So,
okay, so just take one of them. So I think, Maurice, you're the one who is lightly... And Abner, you are seriously wounded, right?
I'll take one off.
Correct, that's right.
Okay, so you have a couple choices here. If by sleeping tonight... your peril condition will reduce to unhindered if you're in a safe place. And if it reduces to imperiled if you're in an unsafe place. An unsafe place would be like a flop house or something like that. Sleeping in your house would be definitely up to unhindered. So I guess the reason I ask about whether you're gonna, if you're fearful of anyone knowing your names, is whether you want to go back home and sleep and you're home tonight, or whether you want to go and like try and crash on a friend's couch or the 18th century equivalent thereof.
I think we should keep on the move. So, like, if somebody recognizes who we are, they can easily find our homes and they come and get us.
Do we have friends here? I mean, let's be honest.
What I'd let you do is anyone... Let's see here. It is... you could make a rumor check. Ask around, see if you could find a place that'd be safe to hide out. That'd probably be routine, because... actually, it would be routine, and it would be easy for Abner, because Abner's from Boston. Oh, you know what? I'll say it's easy for all you guys, because also Maurice and Patience have contacts in the smuggling community. So if you want to try and find a safe place, what I'll say is that on a success, you find a place where the redcoats won't be looking. On a critical, you'll actually count it as a safe place.
Okay, so all three of us can make routine rolls.
All three can make easy rolls.
Oh, sorry, I just did a routine. Sorry,
Okay.
I'll re-roll that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and all three of you can ask around. See if you got anyone. There's your crit. Abner,
Yeah,
where is it you're laying low?
This is the. I think it. I have this friend named Samuel Adams, who has a place by the docks.
Okay.
That he uses to hide out in when he's like doing some spycraft.
Okay.
And so I know that we can. He's told me where it is, and I've been allowed to use it as needed.
Okay.
So I can lead my friends there.
All right. So you guys will head down there. Maurice, go ahead and make your roll too, because if you get another crit, I've got something else I can give you.
Is it routine? You said, wasn't it?
Easy plus 20.
Oh, easy. Sorry.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys have a place where you can camp out for tonight. So reduce everyone's peril threshold to whatever the lowest level is. But Abner is a little banged up right now.
Yes. So I was just trying to look up laudanum.
Oh, yeah, laudanum. Well, the thing is, laudanum will... Yeah, actually, laudanum will decrease your... what do you call it? Your damage condition by 1 level, because you didn't suffer any injuries yet. That's where things get real dicey. So your laudanum would increase your conflict by 1, and your peril condition would go, or your damage condition would go up by 1.
Up by 1. Okay, great.
So that would put you at
moderately wounded.
Moderately.
Moderately.
So then that is a routine heal check. If anyone wants to make that, I mean, if you and heal. Let's see here. Heal is not a special skill, so you don't flip to fail.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
Really?
good.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah.
So if someone wants to make that check,
I'm assuming you can't do it on yourself, just rules wise to make
I think
sure
you can. Yeah.
Oh, I can do it if no one else was. If anybody else
You
is
might be the
afraid to
smartest
make
among
it.
the group too.
That's what I was thinking. All right, here we go.
48. Probably higher.
What kind of check is it, Kevin?
Routine plus 10 because you've reduced it from serious to moderate.
Okay, perfect. Here we go. Oh my!
There is 1 coin left. You want to spend that?
I'm gonna because I don't think we should start the next day with me in this condition. So here we go. Come on.
There you go. All right. And what is your intelligence bonus?
My intelligence bonus is a 5.
A 5? Okay, let's see here. All right, so you move it up 1 step positive. So you are whatever the
lightly went now.
Lightly wounded. Okay, so yep. All right.
That's way better than where I was.
Absolutely. Okay, then guys, with let's see here. Sleep.
Oh, Kevin, I have one other potential thing I might be able to use. I don't know if I can, which is a spell called Divine Breath. I'll stick into the chat here, but the effect is after successfully casting, you move a person 1 step up. The damage and peril condition tracks positively.
Yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah, let me give it a try.
Okay, and you could. What do you call it? You can also make a. Let's see here. So you need to create a fire, and then you breathe smoke in over this.
Yeah.
Okay. And you could risk backlash if you want to.
I'm afraid for any other things to go wrong.
So here's the upside with it: is that if you get backlash, it's just peril, and as long as you get a good night's sleep, you'll be back.
Oh, right. Yeah. So I guess I'll just risk 1 peril, so that gives me a plus 10%.
Yep.
And should I do that by
you cast first and then see what the backlash is?
And then we give it. Okay.
It's like Shadowrun, where you cast a spell and then you resist drain.
And then you go backwards. Okay, so I'm going to start just through the regular routine.
So this will be easy then, yeah, plus 20. Because it's a routine check plus the plus 10 from risk and backlash.
Right. Oh, you can't be kidding me. I shouldn't have risked the backlash.
I don't want to... yeah, you really should have gone to plus 30. All right. So then give us a 1d6 roll.
There we go. 1d6. That's a 56. Don't want that. 1d6. 1.
Okay. No backlash from it.
That's Good.
I think you could recast if you like.
I'm gonna try to recast.
Okay. Are you risking backlash once again?
Oh God. Yes, I will. I'll do 2 though this time.
Okay. So it'll be plus 30 total.
So I'm doing a trivial at this point then.
That's right. Yeah. Success.
Okay.
All right. Now roll 2d6, please. Or you can just roll 2 chaos dice if you want to have the fancy looking result.
Yeah, let's do that. Right.
Yeah. Chaos manifests. Give us a 2d10 plus 2 roll, please. This does not explode.
Okay, good.
So
2d10 plus 2. Here we go.
12. Compare that to your peril threshold, and that's how much you get.
Yeah. My peril threshold is 7, so I get 5.
Say peril threshold is so because the second tier for your peril threshold would be 13, right? So that's
correct.
Yeah, so it's only 1 step down on your peril threshold. So
it's 1 step
so it's really not that bad.
But then I'll sleep, and then I could get that back if we sleep successfully.
Exactly.
Okay,
but and you reduce your damage threshold to nothing. Patience, I don't think you're hurt at all, are you?
No. I was expecting a tavern brawl, and I'm ready for it.
So let's talk about this plan then. So you guys have recovered. You found a place to hide out. The redcoats may be after you. Let's go back to our original thing here. What are you guys planning? You may remember back well before things went to pot with those redcoats. You guys were thinking of, you guys were asked to escort Ms. Murray.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we should just go there in the morning and bring her over. I mean, it's no big deal, I'm sure.
So you're supposed to escort her at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
When are you thinking of going over there, though? Do you want to go and if she's in for fear of kidnapping, it's a whole day's worth of time that may pass. You head over during the day. Do you wait till evening? What are you guys thinking?
What time is it right now?
This will be evening. When you guys have found your safe, what do you call it? The hideout. You've cast your spells.
Okay. What do we know generally? Are there more or fewer redcoats on patrol the later it gets at night, or the same?
I have a pretty good answer for that in the form of visual aid.
Okay. Oh. I see a few. Or one. Nope, I see a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think with 3 redcoats having been assaulted by rebels, the streets are probably pretty full tonight. Not impossible for you guys to get around, but...
But just playing the devil's advocate here, Edna, are you sure that this is not a ruse?
That is a good question. I do not know how to know the answer to that. Except for one thing. I have encountered Philippa in the past, so I know that it was her that spoke to us.
Well, and Mary. Right? Mary's the one who saved your neck from the rope.
I know that she did that, but I didn't see her with my own eyes to know that. Like they would have known that she pulled my neck out from the rope, the redcoats potentially, so they could be using it against me. But Philippa, I have actually physically seen, so that's the one thing that makes me a little bit more confident. There's no way for me to know, but I have an inkling that it's on a level.
So what makes me a little bit, cautious here is, so if she really wanted to have the daughter somehow kidnapped, I mean, that would be the perfect scenario, because she will just play along and be nice and follow along. So I don't really know. And with this sealed letters and so, that's all strange to me. I mean, come on.
what Abner could tell you is that from his experience with Mary, Mary Pullman doesn't do anything that Mary Pullman doesn't want to do.
Yeah. Exactly. So you just pretend that you would want to bring her into safety. I don't know.
It sounds like you're a little suspicious of her. Why don't you give us a scrutinize check, Patience?
Yeah.
Scrutinize what you use to sort of judge.
So I could fall into some kind of stereotype here, but I think maybe I'm just
No, you got no. No, you don't have to trust this lady. Your suspicions may be justified. Maurice, what do you think?
Well, if she is the one that saved Abner previously, then we've got to try and help, surely. Yeah, I think we've got to try. We said we would as well. So.
And I think there's always potential for traps when the British are concerned. But I know Mary very well, so once I'm able to speak with her, I may be able to deduce more of maybe potentially what's going on. I know she would not betray me for any reason other than potentially a threat to her family. So there is that possibility, Patience.
Yeah. I'm not even entertaining the idea that Mary could betray us. I'm saying that Philippa or her uncle Adam, I think he was called,
Morris,
might betray us.
Morris Pullman.
Mm-hmm.
Abner also knows Morris. Morris is sound as a pound. Morris is he's a member of the Sons of Liberty. Abner, you have absolutely no reason to doubt his sincerity. He left behind everything to join the Sons of Liberty and the the Continental Congress in Philadelphia.
And I spent a great deal of time with him. He was the one who taught me everything I know.
No, but that wasn't that her father?
Oh, you mean Adam, the brother? Oh, okay, her uncle.
Yes.
Yeah, Mary's uncle,
yes.
Adam.
Yes, yeah. And you don't know this Adam, do you?
No, this. I may have encountered him once or twice, but I do not remember him at all. But I think that we should go in cautiously, as you suggest, and perhaps we should scout out the house.
Give us a. Let's make it a standard folklore check.
Folklore, okay.
So see if you've heard about. Maybe you've heard something about Adam Pullman.
Okay. There it is. You said standard, Kevin?
Standard, please, yeah. Because he's not a luminary.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually, he was one of the smugglers. He was involved in smuggling, so maybe he didn't run in your circles necessarily, Patience, but he's known as a merchant, like or a sailor. So if they're going to trust anyone with with being able to escort Mary, it makes sense that they may contact the brother, who has more experience, sailing the Charles and whatever, the Mystic, to get deeper into North America.
Okay, so yeah, then just let's do this. So I can't think of anything that Patience would like to do to this. If we are on the water, I would have ideas, but here, no.
All right. So then, when would you like to go over? The Pullman house is at 15 George Street, and it is up in Beacon Hill. When would you like to make the trip over there?
No. May I ask, how long are we going to play?
Only for another 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll spend the regular 3-hour session.
Yeah, I think we should just. I tried to sneak through some back alleys.
Look who just showed up.
Yeah.
Flames of Freedom just showed up.
I had to go get it.
That's awesome.
Between one of these two books, then the other one had about.
That image there, is that the street where the Pullmans
No,
live?
they would be. This is more like the street at night. Beacon Hill is one of the nicer neighborhoods in that.
Right.
Nice. Looking good.
And now I can play right.
Is it less likely to have red coats and stuff?
They may be around there. The redcoats seem to concentrate around where there's like more areas of troublemaking. To be honest, they're sort of everywhere right now. It's a city under siege or occupation.
So I think we definitely want to get there early just to scope out the place and make sure we're not going to run into trouble and where we need to make a distraction. Or so I'd have said an hour early or something maybe.
Okay, so like midnight you want to get there?
That would be my suggestion.
What if someone goes for her earlier, though? There was a threat of kidnapping. Like, do you have any concern about her getting kidnapped beforehand?
I think we wanted to get the girl in the morning and maybe lead her to the hiding spot we are right now. And then just try to, because we are already in the harbor, just to make the rest of the way in the night, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, what's tying
that
us
makes
to this?
sense.
What's tying us to this 1 a.m.? Is that just a suggestion?
That's when you're meeting. That's when you're meeting at the wharf.
Oh, okay.
The uncle.
So we could try and move her, like you say, previous to that. Okay. That's a good idea.
And it would be normal for people. There'll probably be more people on the streets, not counting the soldiers, but more people on the streets that we can blend in a little bit more on the way.
Okay.
So I think we should head over now, or as soon as we're ready.
Okay. So first thing in the morning, is that the consensus?
Yeah.
Okay. So morning comes, and you guys are now. I'd like one of you guys to decide who's going to be making the stealth check for us to surreptitiously make your way over. This is going to be trivial, so plus 30. The only reason I'm making you roll is because it'll be interesting if you fail. There's a red coat with a black eye who's sitting at a way station. Is like, hey.
Who's feeling? Darren should roll. I mean, that's
me too.
Yeah, I mean,
me too.
There's no chance of me failing it. I don't think.
Okay.
Trivial. Dear, oh dear. Oh, Jesus.
Wow. Wow.
So there is a point where maybe you see someone who you think you recognize as you're making your way across Boston, and you're just like, pull your hood down a little further. But fortunately, you make your way over without a great deal of difficulty. Now, tell me about how you want to approach the Pullman house. What I can tell you, let me tell you the description here. It's something I do like they do with the Zweihander, and all those Zweihander games have this big thing about setting the scene, where they give you like not only what you see, but what you smell, taste, touch. Outside is a grand house. This is the 15 George Street Pullman house. But the sheets seem to, or the from the outside you can see the curtains are pulled. Let me move us over to a map of. Actually, we'll go to the main page here. Probably there we go. That's the only thing that doesn't update. Oops, shit, fuck. Hold on, there we go. Yeah, so what you see is this, the street is, it's the business you would expect to see in this neighborhood. There's like servants who are making their way on foot. There's some coaches that are early, on going out. The fact that the curtains are drawn still is unusual, but, or at least it stands out from the other places, but perhaps they're late rivals or late risers. Anything you guys wish to do as you approach this house? You, Abner, as well, can, if you are feeling overly suspicious, you could, once again, drift into second sight.
Yes, I'd like to wait, I think, until I'm close, within view of the home itself.
Yeah, that's where you'd assume you are. Like, as you guys are approaching it, like, are you planning on coming from an alleyway? Are you just going to walk up nonchalantly? Are you reconnoitering the place before you go, or are you just going to get in and then figure out what the situation is?
was going to say, I think Morris would like to sort of walk past and just see if it looks like anyone's monitoring that building or anyone sort of hanging on a corner or just anything that I would class as suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Abner, maybe you should just go there alone to fetch her. I mean, it's not necessary for us to be as a group of 3 people in front of the house. If you were at the house before, it would be not suspicious of you visiting.
Okay.
Yeah. Agreed.
Shooter, yeah.
So, Maurice, why don't you give us an standard awareness check, please? As you walk past the place. If Patience is keeping her eye out with you, are you walking along? Yeah. Actually, take it at routine, plus 10%. You got 2 sets of eyes. Critical success. So,
nice.
What you see is across the street, in the corner, there's a young man dressed like this. And
interesting.
What he seems to be doing, he's trying his very best to hide in the shadows. But what you can see he's doing is he has what looks like a mirror, and he seems to be whispering into it.
Huh.
You can't see what he's hearing. He doesn't seem to have any clue that you've spotted him. So you guys walk past. Were you planning on doubling back and seeing Abner before he goes in, or is Abner just going in?
I should do a sort of round the block and then head back and report my findings to Abner and Patience.
Well, you can see Abner standing on the street corner, and there's a British officer who kind of rides by on his thing, and Abner tips his hat to the guy. The guy rides past, and then you guys come out of the alleyway once he's out of sight. What do you say?
I've seen a very suspicious looking character on the corner near the house. He seemed to be talking into a small mirror. Would that mean anything to you? I know you're
you can give us an education check there, Abner.
Oh, all right. At what?
This will
rating?
be routine, plus 10.
Routine, okay.
Because there's some specific information that...
It's just, I have no idea what that might be. Can I use like I'm wondering if this is like some folklore thing that people do to ward off spirits, or not a real thing, but just like, is this something I see people have done culturally?
Most definitely not.
Speak to mirrors? Okay, good, okay. And how about incantation in terms of...
Incantation is actually casting spells.
Actually casting. Okay, yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so no, I am unsure what that may be. It might be an artifact of some kind, or I am not sure. But it is not good. I agree.
Should I just bump into him?
I was going to say, is it worth you guys sort of going and have a look for yourself? I can give you a sort of description and tell you where he is.
I think you can assume Patience, since she was helping you out and you rolled a crit success, you guys both got a good look at this guy.
Oh, okay. So do you think it would help if you saw him? Would that help?
Do you want to talk to him after I got to him, or just do we just want to have him removed from the picture for a little time?
I am an advocate of the latter, I would say, given the circumstances.
Yeah, I don't know. I could sneak up and try to choke him out. I think that's a proof tactic.
Yeah, I think he's quite near an alleyway, isn't he? He's on the sort of corner.
Yep.
Yeah, this is my family. I do not wish to take any chances with them. Meaning my, people I'm close to.
Okay. Then, is it just Patience going, or Patience and Maurice, or?
I think I'd go and potentially, when Patience is in position, go and sort of start walking towards him to get his attention, so that then Patience can So grab him while his attention is...
How would... I'm happy with that, to go with that plan. How would you think that you would be able to... Patience would be able to alert you to start the plan without alerting this spy character?
I think I might just have to do it on time. Just give her more time than I think it would need, you know, to get into position.
Okay.
So...
Sure, so let's do this. Let's have Patience. Why don't you give us a standard stealth check, please?
Yeah. Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah, no, never can something like this go wrong. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not really...
There is one coin left. I had to spend a coin on my awareness.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so I would just do it again. So
also, so that we, in the game, just for those who may be playing the game, again, the coins are refreshed at the start of each session. So if it's all dumped into like the historian side, there you go, onto the historian. Now,
Nice.
More importantly, because you rolled an 8, what is your agility bonus again? Is it a 6?
5.
5. That's 5, and that's so 5 minus 0 is 5. Your degree of success is 5. That's a 10. So he would need to beat a 10 for his perception bonus plus his skill result in order to beat you. He is completely unaware as you are sneaking up behind him. And why don't we, as Maurice, like, are you planning on walking directly towards him, or do you like sort of walk along and then immediately turn towards him so he's immediately like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm going to try and catch him a bit unawares.
Okay.
So.
Why don't you give us an intimidate check? Let's see how much of a bonus that Patience is going to have on her attack. Okay. So you can see Patience, it goes almost exactly according to plan. You get yourself in position with plenty of time to spare. This kid is completely unaware of where you are. Maurice is exactly as described. He's walking along and then he starts stalking, and like in the creepiest way, with his hood way down, just as like, he may even be smiling a little bit. Perhaps he's singing Frere Jacques. Or whistling it as you're going in, and he sort of staggers back almost into your grasp. Would you give us what is it for chokehold? It is athletics or toughness.
I guess I would use toughness.
Toughness. I'm going to give you
find athletics.
Yeah, and I'll give you plus 20 to this, so easy, because he's completely unaware.
That should work. Let's see.
Critical success.
success.
Just let's see what
Nice.
the critical. I actually don't know what the critical success on chokehold is. You may do damage right away, or peril damage right away. Let's see here. Chokehold. Critical success. Your foe cannot resist your chokehold, but can try while you maintain, and is strained. So cannot defend against it. And what does strained do? Let's see here. Combat conditions. Strained. Must spend 1 additional AP for attack actions until the end of combat. Holy shit.
Nice.
So what does Patience whisper in this kid's ear as she chokes him out?
90.
Good night. All right. So then, guys, I think that brings us to a close in our session. So perhaps unsurprisingly, I modestly thought, well, Act 1 is only like 3 different things we can do. So surely it would not take us the full session to play it, but what are you going to do? All right. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for this session of Flames of Freedom. As is always the case, before we get to the outro, what did you guys think of the game? Notwithstanding your abysmal dice rolls.
Yeah.
I thought it was super fun. I already was interested in once Kevin, you kind of gave us a sense of what it was in terms of the time period, etc. It sounded really intriguing to me, and also the sort of the take on the time period, maybe very specifically, was very intriguing to me. And then I thought the art looked really cool. I haven't played this by hand before. I have this idea of what these kinds of systems are and how they work, but I actually like this implementation of this kind of D100 system. So, and enough so that when I knew we were playing, that's when I ordered the book that arrived 10 minutes before we ended. But I'm looking forward to deep diving into the book. Oh, the book is raised. The letters are raised.
Yeah. They're cool. Really nice. Yeah.
They did a great job with it. So anyway, that's I would definitely play it again. I thought it was really fun.
Darren and Ingolf, what do you guys think?
So I would just go first, maybe. So I think it's a rather fun combination of setting and rule set. I think it is weird, and there was an anomaly in our dice rolling. I mean, come on, this is it's impossible, but yeah.
The dice were extremely punishing for you guys today. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, no, I like the mechanic, and it has. So I think you have a little bit of options more than just hit him and then that's it. So that's nice.
Yeah.
And this peril and also normal damage, so that you have some kind of different ways of interaction and hitting. Oh, that's really, really fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Darren, what'd you think?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think, like all these systems, you need 1 or 2 sessions to get a little bit more familiar, to speed it up, obviously, all those sorts of things, as you'd expect. But yeah, the combat options or the movement options, all those sort of things, yeah, definitely added some character to it. You've got those choices, you've got more choices, multiple choices. And I think you would just get better at that, and how many points to say, when to spend. I like the way that they're tied into what you can do as well. So if you become, what was it, when you do the disorientated or the gutted, and that ties into the targeted attacks and things. So they overlap sort of. So there's only there's sort of a main mechanic, and it's used in different ways, so they all tie in together. So it affects your movement or affects your action points.
The thing I liked about this, and I liked about Blackbirds, is in particular, critical hits not just doing just extra damage. Like critical hits and the critical failures in this felt really fun and flavorful. For whatever was being done. The fact that you can't defend against critical hits is a huge thing, because that's just it means that there's always risk and always peril with getting involved in the fights. The bar fight was a shit ton of fun too. Like I loved how you guys took advantage of the different tactics in particular. That's the thing that really stood out. We had a lot of fun with Blackbirds on Friday. And I was kind of like, because you're not able to attack more, the combat's not going to be as interesting. But like that one round where Patience, brained a guy on a counterattack, then brained another one on a regular attack, then knocked a guy down, and then rallied the crowd. Like that's pretty fucking cool. So that's fun stuff, and it feels very. It felt pretty good, and these are brand new characters as well too. So even though like the dice were against you guys, I don't think your stats were being punished all too much in it. So I would absolutely run it again. I really enjoyed the experience. I would plan for getting more or less done in it, because the one thing that the adventure does not contemplate is the possibility of, it's like run a chase for you to get away from the Redcoats, and the Redcoats are pretty tough adversaries for starting characters. It doesn't contemplate you guys getting caught. That's why I was looking at stuff. I'm like, I guess You're gonna fight now, but I'm glad you guys did. I will say, spellcasting was way more interesting and effective than what I thought it was. Because when I read it, I'm like, none of these really feel like they're going to be terribly, you know, like nothing feels like fantasy the way that, like, say, AD&D does or another fantasy game. But it felt pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, totally agree. It felt different and cool.
Yeah.
The other thing I didn't mention was I liked how they've separated like the combat, so you got different skills that you can use.
Yeah.
So if you're not very good at fighting, you can still do, you know, a guile test or, you know, so you know those even like the below the belt, it's athletics or guile, so you can have someone that's not a fighting character still be useful in combat. Because I think that happens so many times.
Well, that war of words thing too, like if you've got a character who's got leadership or who's got warfare, there's a flat automatic thing you can do to try and help out with you know, things, because getting a buff to your damage scores or to your initiative and your movement, it's also really big things, right? So that's
I agree with Darren, and in particular that mechanic, because it's one of the things that when I first played Conan 2D20 and hit, you know, discover the demoralized action, I was like, oh, this is really cool. And there's been a few games that have done it, and I think they did it very well here. It's great, especially considering the setting.
Mm-hmm. You know, we didn't even get to any of the monsters or weird shit yet, too. So you guys did beat the hell out of like a bunch of redcoats.
That's true.
That's awesome. Yeah. All right, so folks, we're I mean, it does sound like there's a good chance seeing Flames of Freedom again in the future. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, I'm gonna hit refresh on my browser because I lost Ingolf again. Let's see here.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Connect. Let's see. Nope. It's gone.
No, he just.
I can see you
turned into a
moving.
butterfly.
Yeah, that's...
Where's your apple? Let's see. Can we see your desk again? As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or not a campaign we're playing, but the game, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we don't have channels dedicated to this game, but we have a Assorted Games channel. Well, I'll probably be yakking about this a little later today, and channels dedicated to every other game we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other great channels, including finding a group, or information about online conventions or in-person conventions, or there's just a terrific community that's built up over there, and you are more than welcome to join us over there. There's also a link down below to the something called Heroes Save Villages. That is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel, and as soon as we wrap up this game, I will be going over to post the first charity, the first option that donors will be able to vote on for our next charity session. Now, all donations that go through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International, the charity that benefits from these activities. It is a charity active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries. There are, let's see here, I already said that all donations go directly to them, not to us or to any other middleman. It just goes to help out the kids who benefit from that channel. And as two small ways of saying thank you, one of them is in December, we'll be having our next charity raffle. And the raffle, for every $25 Canadian that you donate, you get one chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes in our next raffle. If you go to the Charity Initiatives channel on the Dungeon Musings Discord server, you'll find all the prizes we gave away last time. We're going to be giving away some comparable things next time. We also have and as another way of saying thank you, donors who have donated since June 15, 2022 are able to vote on our next charity session. The next charity session will be at the end of the month, and it's returning to a channel favorite, one that George just mentioned. That's Modifius Entertainment's Conan Adventures in an Age Undreamed of. Starting later today, and then for the weeks leading up to that session, donors will have a chance to vote. If you've donated since that time, you can vote. First thing's going to be is deciding what kind of Conan story are we going to tell. Conan the Barbarian, the Thief, the Mercenary, or the Pirate. Once that voting is concluded, we'll then move on to another thing, and donors will be able to help shape what that session is going to be. And at the end of the month, we will play that session that the donors have helped to put together. You can also cast your votes on what, if you've donated since June of 2022, you can cast your votes on the Charity Initiatives channel on the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. And so that gives you a chance to win some cool gaming stuff, to have a say on what we play in the channel, and to help out some kids who could really use some help. The last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to our stalwart players. This session was a fill-in session for none of the players who are here today. So Darren, Ingolf, and George, thank you so much for adding a day to your schedule to join in. I think James would be proud of how you played his Scottish lassie there, Ingolf, so well done. I really was hoping to see a German by way of Scottish accent attempt there.
Yeah, I should have rolled my R's, shouldn't I? So, yeah.
James set a pretty high bar, having his Scottish accent do a Southern American accent for our last gaming session, so it would have been great to hear. But it sounds like we may have a chance to play some Flames of Freedom again in the future. But jokes aside, thank you so much for playing today, guys. I know jumping into a new game in a new setting is always something. I really appreciate the gusto with which you jumped in, and you did a great job of helping me understand what the system's capable of, and seeing these characters come to life. One of Dave's ancestors as well, too. Pretty amazing. He's not great at punching people, it seems, but pretty good at shooting. So until we'll be back with our Legend of the Five Rings campaign in 2 weeks' time. Until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and see the troubles that our revolutionaries are uncovering in the shadowy streets of colonial Boston. Until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.